While sitting in the kitchen, I heard some of the old slaves talking to their parents, having been stolen from Africa by white men and were sold here as slaves. The whole mystery was solved at once. From that time, I resolved that one day I would run away. I am your fellow man, but not your slave. Frederick Douglass. The Black.
And we back again, right back at it, man. If you have got to have been under a rock if you haven't heard the latest news we're going on with Umar Johnson and him, panhandling and whatnot, the Prince of Panhandling and the Prince of Pan Pizza, whatever you want to call him. And today I got a special guest, the lady who's recently been blowing the lid off of all the stuff going on with Umar. She's also been the champion of other women who have dealt with Umar's stuff in the past or whatnot. And I want to bring her on real quick. But me being the petty person that I am, I got to.
Let me borrow $20 to the mall.
Oh Lord! Oh man, I couldn't help it. I'm gonna bring everybody. Hey, look, I want to introduce you. I know you already know who she is, Miss Shavonne Stone. What's up, Shavonne?
Number one, Jussie Smollett.
Are you there? Can you hear me?
Hey.
Shavonne, can you hear me? Uh-oh. Hey, can you hear me? Can you hear me? We just did a sound check. Everything was sounding all right. Now what's going on? Lord have mercy. I think she's having some technical difficulties.
Yeah, you were spinning for a minute. Hi.
Okay, all right. So, hey.
You wrong for that.
Huh?
I said you wrong for that.
Now, hold up.
Let me borrow $20 to the mall.
I love it.
Oh God. Oh Lord.
Beg so much, your hand look like a cup.
Oh man, look. It's funny, but it's not funny, man.
That was funny. I'm sorry.
Let me borrow $20 to the mall.
Oh, this got hot in here. Hold on. Let me open the door.
Oh, we. Oh
Lord. So tell everybody who you are. Introduce yourself.
I am Shavonne Stone, aka Lanae Stacks, the one that he refers to as Medea.
Medea's a man.
He seems to like those questionable references, nicknames for people.
Now
Medea is a man.
You know what would be funny?
What's that?
If Tyler Perry has been tracking this, whatever, and then got dressed as Medea and went on YouTube and the dress.
I could never get that lucky.
That
I
would
could
be,
never get that lucky.
but
That
it's
would be
something.
amazing.
He calling you a man after he took your hand and did.
Yep.
I'm
And
just saying.
he don't see nothing wrong with that. I was like, okay.
Okay, hey, like I said like I said last night, an accusation a lot of times is an admission.
Our connection went out again.
Oh Lord, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Let me see. I don't know what's going on. Let me see.
You might have to do it with your camera off. That way
It's not.
you're connected. Can you hear me?
I think I'm a.
Uh-oh. Man, look, we're about to cook this dude now, having technical problems. Can you hear
What
me?
is going on? I think he's hacking the live.
I was thinking the same thing. Hey, you know what you might have to do? You might have to turn your video off in order to not use so much signal.
Yeah, it should be okay. I'll try it. They don't want to see us do this. Let's get.
Hey, so look, let's go ahead and jump into it now. So start from the beginning. Like I know you've told your side of the story
Yeah.
a bunch of times, but let's start from the beginning. How did y'all meet? Because there's a few things I want to touch on.
Oh, okay. So I watched him on the Breakfast Club. My older son, he's 24 now. He brought me a video. You know how you pass things for people to see. Well, he brought it in the room. He said, "Hey, mom, listen to this guy." And we were looking for options for my son. My son has autism. And I was listening to the Breakfast Club. I caught like a moment of it. And at the end, he gave his number. So I ended up reaching out to him. It's very simple. I didn't go too much into detail. And sent a text message, and he hit me back with a pretty generic response, is what I've been going with. And then my son, I think he might have had a rough day at school or something. And I reached out again, and same generic response. And I didn't think anything of it. I just, we had options in place, so we were going with that. And then out of the blue, now this was in March, and then out of the blue, in October, he sent me a message, and he was like, could I do an event for him, or find a place for him to do an event and bring him into Kansas City? That's where I'm from.
Mm-hmm.
And I agreed to do it for my son, my oldest son, because he was following him at the time. He didn't do a whole lot of deep dive, and he was just kind of like what he is now, appealing to the younger crowd. He was, they think he's funny or whatever. And we did he wanted to do the event, and I was going to just help facilitate, kind of oversee it, because it was a large project. Um, so we did the event, or we found place. We did the event, and he. The one thing I haven't been able to tell other people is that he kept giving us like these things in the middle of like finding the event, like the venues and stuff. He kept adding more to it, or having like this demand, or like, kind of like he wanted things a certain way. And we didn't take anything, we just kind of changed, went with it as just a requirement. But he ended up telling us that he needed to be picked up from Nebraska. Or did I know anyone that would be willing to pick him up from Nebraska in order to bring him to Kansas City? And by this time, we kind of had to, because we had all these people expecting this event, and our names are attached to it. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, sorry. I just want to check the connection. So, yeah, our names were attached to it. We had like close to 400 people for the turnout. And a foundation let us use a historical Black theater. So we had vendors on, set. And then we had already started talks with a guy that has a 12-year-old. He's an orator, and so he wanted to showcase his 12-year-old skills. So it started. We started talking about some other things, like bringing Black TED Talks basically to Kansas City. So yeah, so we agreed to go get him. Basically, it was a lot. We couldn't just be like, no, we can't go up and get you. We had a lot of stuff on the line. We had already paid for the lighting and the sound, and 2 videographers to come in, and so it just, we needed to make it happen. So we went up and got him. My son drove. I rode with him in the back seat, brought him back down to Kansas City, and we had the event.
Now, let me ask you a quick question.
Yeah.
Who fronted the cost for all this?
I fronted the cost for it. Yep.
And see, I had touched on that yesterday. I said I didn't know whether you did or not, but I thought it strange.
It was, and I think the way that it slipped past me, that why are you paying? Because we had already started thinking about other people that we were going to bring into town. You know what I mean? So if it was just all about him, even though it's still messed up, I'm not discrediting that, but we were starting to look at other people that we wanted to bring into the city. So the dad of the child that was orating, he had said that he would, invest in us if we wanted to find these people and just bring them in, just random Black people that, well, not random Black people, but prominent Black people that were like at the height of, like we wanted to try and reach out to Claude Anderson. We just a lot of a random amount of people. So we didn't really pay attention to the fact, like, oh my God, we are, flipping the bill for this dude. So
you mean to tell me? So you mean to tell me the most requested scholar was not requested?
No, he was he wasn't. We didn't request him. He was the most inviting himself scholar.
And what did he say? Some was called, and then others just went.
Yeah. Yeah.
They will be going.
Oh my goodness. And there was a lot of things going on with that, because like what you said in your last, there were some people that didn't know who he was. So we had to, just get a generic pitch, in order to rally people in. And then there were also, like, because he was supposed to come under the pretense of the book that he wrote, which is the Black Parent Advocate. there were a lot of people that were in the education field that wanted to come in and see, just be open. I said, well, he's not going to go off into anything that, is not on that topic. And so, yeah, so we got a lot of teachers that were there, just a lot of people from the community. So we had the event, and it was a lot going on, a whole lot going on in the event. And then afterwards, dropped him off at his hotel, and I came back to the house, and that is when things got different.
Okay, so let's back up a little bit. Now he called you and asked you about putting on an event out in Kansas City for him, and then
you know what? He never called. He always just texted. He never called.
Well, I mean, 2025, texting, calling, same thing. Communication.
Yeah.
He communicated to you that he wanted you to put on an event for him, and then you end up fronting the bill. Now, was there a fee on his part that he said that he wanted?
No, he was his objective. Matter of fact, he did call because there were a lot of other things that were going on towards the end, but I'm talking about to set it up. But no, his objective was to come down and get these books off. So he had an overflow of books. He mailed the books to us. We got the books, so they were already in town before he came.
Okay.
And yeah, we brought the books too. So we had to haul the books. We did a lot of work for that event.
So how much would you say that you were out of after this event was over? Monetarily.
Not that much. Probably about $2,300 maybe.
$2,300.
Yeah. All in it with everything. And we got a lot of people that were just interested in being a part of it because it showcased, whatever.
Okay, so take us into what happened immediately after the event.
So after the event, like I said, we took him back to his hotel. I came on home. And I texted him, just wanted to thank him for, coming out. We had to pick him up in the morning and take him to the airport.
2 hours?
No, this was just to the Kansas City airport, KCI.
Okay.
So yeah, so we on that text, he was just like, you should come back to the room and rub my back. And I was like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that. But there was a girl. There is rumors here, and I don't know how true they are, because this is a very small town, but it's a big town. But and she was hanging there until we got out of there, probably out of the theater, probably about 1:00 in the morning. And she was still lingering around. Like, I don't know, but he had selected her to take pictures. So she was on the stage with him. And if you look at the pictures that I post, she's over to the side, but she was standing up there voluntarily stood up there and took all of these pictures of people that wanted to take pictures. And yeah, so we got out of there. I mean, we had to get the stuff in the car. We locked the keys in the car. We had a lot of stuff going on, and she waited the entire time. And so they were saying that, she had met with him at the hotel that night. And I was like, oh, okay. This is after the fact. But during our text, he was just like, you should come back and rub my back. And I was like, yeah, not going to do that. And it started into kind of like a flirty conversation. And he said, well, do you want me to stay another day? And I was like, yeah, you can stay another day. And I think he may have thought that I needed it another day in order to not come to the hotel. And I was like, yeah, still not going to come to the hotel, but you're more than welcome to stay another day. So we picked him up in the morning. And since we had that type of text, he just went out to eat. We went out to a steakhouse to eat lunch. And he just stuck his hand under the table, grabbed my thigh, and I was like, okay, this guy likes me. So when I initially met him, I didn't look at him like that. And now, I was sustaining for 4 years, and I was like, well, maybe this is good. Now, mind you, I didn't know anything that I know now. And even when I looked into him, as far as us trying to accommodate him for the show, I didn't have any reason to look into his personal life. The only thing that and this is kind of why I'm been on this tour to ring these bells, is because it was not readily available. Like the things that we all know now, those things were not popping up. It was just like the Breakfast Club. He did podcasts here. They were all things on the line of his intellect. I didn't do a whole lot of digging either, because he was not, I'm a busy, very busy person. And we were just talking. And most of everything he was responding to, I was getting to know him, for myself. I know other people that are known, and we all know when you Google certain things, the truth is not really the truth.
It's a facade.
Yeah, very much so.
Now, let me
But
let me
nothing to ring any alarms, even with him driving, like being with my son, or my son being so, into him, nothing like that.
well, so that's what I want to ask you. Now, it all started out with your son's fascination with him, and wanting to bring him out, and what have you, or want to
What is
interact with him.
this? Let's see.
Are you there?
Let's see if I can try to. I don't think this is my internet though. I got a really strong signal. Oh, let's see here.
I think she's switching Wi-Fi addresses or whatever. This is something, man. This is what Umar does, man. He links up with these women, asking for them to come, for them to bring him out to where they are. A lot of these women are single women who are asking him to about their sons or what have you, and he uses that in order to get to get under their skirt. I've personally have never heard of any of these women actually getting help with their child from Umar, and then to be asking people to bring you out to these locations where you, with all the funds that he's already collected, you would think that he would use some of those funds to go out in these communities, rent a hall, say that he would have his that he would have his people in place. He's got no people in place for nothing, no board, no nothing, no people in place for anything to get anything done. His people should be the ones that are doing all of this stuff, getting all this stuff in order or whatever, going into these different towns and doing this. And that's not what's happening. He's preying on, and this lady is out of $2,300. $2,300 that cost her to facilitate him to offload some books. Now, when she comes back, I'm going to ask her, did he offer her any money out of the proceeds from those books to offset her costs for bringing him out? I'm pretty sure she's going to say no. But there should, say she should have been able to recoup some of that money. She still should. I mean, it's right, man. That's Black Anonymous. That's his game. you know, and the one thing I would never do is ask you to bring fdhill.org out to your community. No, I'm going to ask you about your community. I'm going to ask you about their history and everything whatnot, you know, all the pertinent information. And I'm going to ask you where is a hall, and I'm going to ask you for the phone number for that hall or the address or wherever I can Google how to get information to that hall. And then I'm going to call that hall and find out how much it's going to cost to do something out there. And it's going to come out of our budget. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to, you know, if anybody, if somebody's asking you to come and do this, you know, for you to do this for them, and not doing anything for you, you need to, you know, they need to question that. Welcome back, Shavonne. Is it
Yeah, I'm
everything?
sorry. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
My
So,
signal's pretty strong. So it's doing.
did did he offer to offset any of your costs that you accrued for that for putting that event on? Hello. She's having some serious technical. Man, Wood
Can
had
you
these
guys
technical
hear
problems.
me?
Yeah, we can hear you. I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
This is insane. I've never had any. Hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay.
Can you?
I have okay.
How's your sound? Can you
Yeah,
hear me?
I'm sorry. I missed all of that.
So,
Yeah,
were
he
you
put juju on the Wi-Fi.
it, did he offer to offset any of your costs from the sale of those books?
No, he didn't. He didn't. He didn't even. He was so all over the place. And he left books here for to like to sell him monopoly them and his he made 200
Hey, mm, yeah, that Wi-Fi is trash. Um, but we gonna make it work though. We gonna make it work. We gonna get this story out there. We're gonna get it right. Now, let's let's think about what she's already said. Now, single mom was having issues with her son. Instead of getting help with her son, she ended up kicking out $2,300. With not even a consideration of saying, "Hey, would you like a percentage of these books?" Are you there now?
Okay.
How about now? You good?
Jesus.
We can hear you.
This.
Man, I think Umar done cut their head off about 6 or 7 chickens, and then spit some vodka somewhere. But why she getting that stuff straight?
Maybe borrow $20 to the mall.
Oh Lord.
No.
You good now?
I'm fine. I don't know what's going on. I've been on these all week. Going on.
Yeah,
I had no idea. I'm gonna drop down again. So. Okay.
It must be a lot of people
Lord.
on the service in your area. This must be peak time for your area.
This is weird though. I don't have issues with the Wi-Fi unless then I have
If you on your cell
changed
phone,
devices. This is insane.
if you on the Wi-Fi, can you just try your cellular signal? Your cellular signal? Just try your regular cell signal if you're on your cell phone. Because sometimes
You said what now?
try your regular cell your regular cell signal. Get off the Wi-Fi and see if your regular cell signal is stronger.
Okay. Yes, are really strong. Let's see.
It sounds good now. Can you hear me?
Okay.
Let me borrow $20 to the mall.
So now I gotta load that on my page, you know, right?
Yeah. Get a job. 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 Like I said yesterday, man, he built like an over-the-road trucker, man. Snyder, Hiron, JB Hunt, Swift.
He need a Pan-African lot
you get
lizard.
paid training.
He need a Pan-African lot lizard.
Oh, you know what? It won't, man. Look. he need a conscious lot lizard.
Large Marge. Oh my goodness. Let me owe $20 to the mall.
Hey, I can see him now pulling up in a what Love's truck stop. I'm getting love at Love's. I'm getting love at Love's. You don't hear me, people. I'm getting love at Love's. Run them donations. Hold up.
Oh my goodness. If he was on that CB, he would drive people crazy repeating things 3 times.
Oh my God. I can see him now sitting there with the phone in the driver's seat of the truck and see a lot lizard. Wait a minute. I think let me go talk to this conscious sister over here.
5'5" and thick in the thighs. Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh my God. Let's hope not.
Wait a second.
Let me borrow $20 to the mall.
This is insane.
All right, let's get serious. Oh God.
I love it.
Lennon's research and calculations, the dude has pulled in no less than $1.6 million, right? The school, according to the records, he paid $400,000 for, right?
Yeah.
But we've seen him him posting videos all over the world. Like one in particular, he was in Japan up in the bathhouse.
Yeah. Yep, living good off of that donation money. Not a care in the world.
So who do you think paid for that?
The donors. The donors. We're gonna have to claim that man on our taxes. They have taken care of him. He is a dependent.
You got a question from the chat. It said, have you been in the school?
I have not been inside the school. I have been on the property. I've been in the area. And he could have did a lot better than that. But we know that. It looks like if from his house, Terrence, it looks like something that's fit for him.
Oh man. Hey, you know what? That That reminds me, there were some brothers in that community that looked at buying that property before Umar bought that property. And they said that they didn't buy it because it needed over $10 million in renovations of work. Now this is this is pre-COVID.
Well, I did hear that it's a brown site, and just by one thing that it struck me was the amount of and I don't know what that is for the life of me, but the walls seem to have like almost like a mold on, or some kind of something on it. Maybe you've seen it. It's like if you look at the pictures, it looks like it needs to be power sprayed. It looks like the whole school needs to be power sprayed.
Man, I haven't been to the school. I'm not going nowhere near it. I can smell it from here.
Yep.
I ain't going nowhere near it.
You can't put kids in that. Let's be real. You cannot put no kids in that.
Well, see, look, check this out. Like I said yesterday, right? Let's just say that nobody's saying that the school is not a good idea, right? Nobody's saying the school is not a good idea,
right?
What the issue is that even if he was able to raise the money for it, he's not the one to run it.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
If he was able to get this is a project where if he was able to get the money to to renovate, open it, get it permitted, which is not going to get permitted. The city of Wilmington already said he ain't getting no permits.
No, it won't. It hasn't even cleared EPA. It needs to go through. It needs to.
If he,
I'm sorry.
Let's say he got the money and did everything right. Let's say for sake of argument, he did manage to get the permits. Who he'd have to have an administrator and a staff or whatever people to take it over from him. Can you imagine bringing your child and dropping your child off to Umar Johnson?
No.
The guy on the internet talking about crushing cookies and picking up little white rocks off the steps, and damn, no.
He's a joke. I mean, he's a joke to there's absolutely no way that this man should have kids in a building. If he was that adamant about doing what he wanted, he could have started out or should have started out like what we were talking about with some kind of online. There's not enough information about him with children. I don't think that he's a good thing for children. He'll break a child's spirit, and then he has some back issues that he has not dealt with, and it's apparent in his behavior that he hasn't dealt with it. He shouldn't be around children. I would not. My child never dealt with him. There was always something, and my child has never had a conversation with him. I've spoke to him about issues that I was having with my son, but I never put my son near him ever.
Well, see, he wanted to make a child with you, not not.
That wasn't gonna happen either.
He was there. He was there to procreate, not restore one that was already.
He should not procreate either, but that's already happened. He does not need to have kids. He does not need to be around kids. He might have an interest in it for his own jacked up reasons, but there's no way in hell he needs to be around kids.
Now, when you went to the school, like you said, you didn't enter the building, but when you went in the neighborhood, describe the neighborhood.
Oh man, not what I expected from Delaware. And then the other thing that stood out, it's just the amount of trash, the amount of lingering, just questionable behavior. It's not like it's blocks. It's like literally on the same street as the school. It's not a good neighborhood at all. not anything that I would feel comfortable allowing, if we live close to the school, allowing my child to walk to it.
That was just what I was about to ask, because you know, we were in a generation of we were latchkey kids. You know, we
Exactly.
walk home from school and
You had the
whatnot. Had to
key
walk
around your neck.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now the
Yep.
last I remember, there was a high number of sex
Pedophiles.
offenders
Yeah.
living in the community, and a lot of liquor stores and what have you. Is that still
Yeah.
true?
Yes. Yes. From what I could tell, it looked like it's a drug area. It looked like a drug area. And here's the other thing. Umar bought the building and he didn't try to connect with the people there. He didn't even look out. He didn't reach out to the community in order to try to get them involved in the school. Now, when it quote unquote got vandalized, he placed a lot of blame on them. But if he's anything like what he is in his at his home, where he doesn't want to be bothered by the neighbors, come in quick, shut the door, don't talk too loud, then I know you're not out here trying to get involved with the community or even show up to some of the community functions, just so that people can be aware. These are the parents and the environment that you're opening a school in, even just so you know where the resources are. And he never did that. He came and treated it just like it was his, kind of like his property. He didn't want anybody speaking on it. Him and did I tell you about him and the councilwoman getting in, having words?
Mm-mm. Tell us about that.
There's a councilwoman that is up there, and they are trying to get him up out of there. They're trying to get him up out of there, and
they've actually said this prior to COVID. We don't back. We don't send back. I'm gonna say this real quick, and I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you keep going saying what you're saying.
You're fine.
When he got that property, and I was told about it, the first thing out of my mouth was he bought the property in order to get the heat off of him, because the YouTube community, that the anti-Umar society or organizations were on him so bad.
Yep.
And had the government sniffing around him so bad.
Yeah.
That he would have bought a set of outhouses.
Yeah.
In order to be able to say, hey, I'm doing something. I'm making moves. I'm doing something. He would have bought anything.
I have a business, like a colleague, he said that once he purchased those businesses, it stopped being a scam.
That was the desired effect that he wanted.
Exactly. And so I also heard that he bought and I know this might be just really, really out there, but I heard that he bought the buildings for far less than what he claims. I've heard $10 on some. I've heard 100,000 because they were dilapidated.
Mm-hmm. Well,
so
see, again, the guys, there's a group of brothers that are entrepreneurs in that community, and they looked into getting that property, and they chose not to deal with it because it needed over $10 million in renovations.
That's insane.
$10 million. And that's why, even though it was going for as cheap as it was, they didn't buy it because they didn't have the money to, to get them up the code or get them right.
Yeah.
And it was $10 million. So all that messed it. And these brothers that came out, Black Anonymous, if you got information on that, please put it in the chat. I'm going back off the memory, and my memory is about as long as my hair. That them brothers backed up off of it, and they came out and said, "Hey, you know what? He full of it." Because between the HVAC, the building, the mold, they did mention the mold and all that stuff, and the grounds. They said it was over $10 million of stuff, and this, like I said before, this was pre-COVID, and we know what happened to the price of stuff after COVID.
Yeah,
So
and the
if you were,
building, the walls look like they have mold, and it's hard to tell because I think that there's a lake or something near there. I think we passed by a lake leaving, but there is, or if it's not too far. So I'm assuming by it being in that type of, that it might have a little bit more moisture in the air than normal. But it's been sitting vacant. So there's so many. I haven't heard about him talking about flushing the ducts or just anything. I haven't heard him talk about doing any of that to get it
well,
up to par.
he doesn't know what he's doing for one, because
No.
you got a video on your Instagram
Hmm.
of Umar live in, I don't know if it was Walmart or Trader Joe, I don't know what store it's in, talking about, we need this, we need that, and people suggesting get some gloves, get some goggles, get this, get bleach or whatever. He's in I guess like a civilian store, like a Walmart or whatever, buying
Yeah, trying to buy
supplies
commercial.
for a school.
Yep.
You're supposed to have like a ZEP account or something like that, with ZEP Industrial Cleaners or whatever.
Yeah.
There's particular stuff you don't buy. You
I
don't
told
buy
him.
house brooms that you use in a house for a
House.
school.
And not even that, when he put me on getting the furniture for FDMG, I told him you can't take and buy furniture from like Big Lots and put it in that school. Why can't you? I said because you need it. It's called high performance furniture. It has to be able to be cleaned, because there's so many people going here, and if you're just cleaning it every day, it's going to break it down. And not even that, I think it's built, or not built, but made with a certain type of fabric materials in order to withstand a commercial environment.
Mhm.
And he just has not considered all of it. I told him I would not paint those walls fire engine red because there are reasons why schools are painted certain ways. If you do that, it affects the mood. So you have kids walking into a building with fire engine red walls, even though you may think it looks good, but there is a reason why you don't do stuff like that.
Man,
Even when
he was trying to have a red room like what Suge Knight had at Death Row Records.
traumatizing, you're gonna traumatize kids.
The Death Row Records, because I interviewed on this platform. I interviewed Simone Bowden. She was Suge Knight's personal photographer.
Mm-hmm.
And
Wow.
Death Row Records had a room, the red room. Oh damn, she's gone. Had a red room where they did their beatdowns at it. They took you in that room. You was about to get beat up.
Okay, here we go.
So hold on real quick. Let me just comment here. I remember when he was claiming to buy St. Paul's College, and I spoke with a realtor. He told me those buildings needed $10 to $12 million in repairs. Now I spoke on this yesterday. This was when Umar first came out. He went down to a college down in Virginia called St. Paul's College. He went down there and he brought a film crew from a university. I think it was HBCU. He bought a film crew. Now the realtor thinking that he's down there to get a tour of the property. He was down there to start the scam. He did a video and he left. And I don't
How
think
did he get away with? Oh, because it was vacant.
well, I mean, I don't. I mean, he took the realtor's kindness for weakness, or for stupidity, and they made that video and then they bounced. I talked myself and Black Anonymous both talked to that realtor, nice guy.
Mm-hmm.
He said he said Umar came and filmed that video. He hadn't seen him or heard from him since.
He just needed the aesthetics. Yeah.
He needed that video, and then he plastered it all over the place and started going on the chitlin circuit, and raising money, and telling everybody, and then the story kept changing, saying, well, they're breaking up the place and they're selling it piece by piece and blah 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 blah. Whole time the real estate agent saying, I ain't heard from that Negro.
Yeah.
Now at that point right there, you would think that the scam had been blown up and it was done. But no, that wasn't. Oh yeah, he did lie and say he placed a bid on it, and the realtor said he never placed no bid.
Wow.
and you would think that at that point that once that was blown up, and I think we no, was it me, Black Anonymous, or somebody else that actually interviewed that realtor? Somebody did. I don't know. I can't remember if it was me, because all my Umar stuff that I had on my channel, I deleted all of it. That was like just like a cancer on my.
It can get, you can get deep because it's so many parts of it that is just messed up.
I felt like it was giving my devices a virus. I mean, every time I picked up my phone, it stank. As long as he was in it, you know, it was something in my mind. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
The Black Anonymous interviewed the realtor, and so this. I mean, you would think that at that point that the jig is up. You know what I'm saying? It's a wrap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he had so many people. He got so many people that think this dude walk on water, and this dude is I know somebody right now.
He's a crash out. He's mentally disturbed.
Yeah, I know somebody right now who opened up a school in less than 5 years.
Yeah.
Right now, and it's brand new construction, a 3-story building.
And you know where he hooked people, Terrence? Where he hooked people is he told them that he didn't want to accept any grants. The difference of why he doesn't consider them Black institutions is because he never took grants for those schools. But he doesn't explain that grants are paid into by you. They're there for you in order for you to access it. You know, they come from tariffs, fines, different ways that they collect the money and put it into these pots, and they allocate it, they set it aside so that, the public can come in and have access to funding. But he agrees, and this is what threw me off. He's okay with reparations, which are gathered by this, will be or would be gathered by the same process, but you're not for grants. It doesn't make sense. It's not coming out of the same pot, but it's the same type of pot. You see what I mean? So he doesn't understand how things work. He was not, there are so many ways, even his approach to the project should have told people, but that's why I said he appeals to a certain type. They are people that do not know too much about anything.
He appeals to the least of us. I mean, I hate to say that about our people, but he appeals to the least of us. That those are okay. Like I said yesterday.
Those that stay in a box. You can't call yourself so pro-Black that you don't want to mess with white people, and then you want to stay in this box. But we don't have any blueprints. We don't have any information in order to build these institutions. You know what I mean? We have to go out and find these things out in order to, duplicate or replicate or even figure out where they failed us. You know what I mean? And he doesn't explain that to people. So they feel like the flex is not messing with white people, but that's not correct.
Okay.
That's not correct.
Well, okay. He will never open up a school, even on an up and up, and not have to deal with white people.
No, and nor should he want to.
Because for one thing, they are in government, and that's the whole permit process.
We live in a society, exactly. We should be able not to alienate ourselves, but we should be able to be in society and be able to, be able to move forward regardless. You know what I mean? But you can't alienate yourself and come up with these ideas. And this is the same thing that's going on with the continent. They had to figure out how to build the infrastructure, their framework. You're not going to be able to think that up on your own and then put it out with the rest of society and then run off like a hitch, without a hitch. That's not how the world works.
And see, you can see right off the rip that his stuff is crumbling terribly, and it's in disarray because he won't work with nobody. All the stuff,
right.
All this, like he's a one-man board. He's a CPA. He's the facilities manager. He shouldn't have been in that store trying to in their own lives saying, what should I get? What should I get? What should I get? You should have people in place. Your facilities manager is the one that's supposed to be doing that stuff.
Yeah.
You should it shouldn't be you that's in there trying to furnish the building.
But he's never exposed himself to those type of people that are in, that build. It doesn't matter what your reasoning for building is. You have to learn how to build. There's not even, they're talking, you know how many people have been out here talking about, yeah, we got to get institutions. We got to get institutions. But there is a way that you build institutions. One thing that for the jump is that you have to have a type of DAF or something that's in place in order to help those institutions sustain. That's before you even attempt. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And nobody thinks like that.
Hey, Shavonne, check this out. Manzet MS3 said, let me hold something till Friday.
Let me borrow $20 to the mall.
I'm gonna send this to this man phone.
Let me hold something till Friday, Tuesday. Umar, you ain't never gonna live this down.
No,
you ain't never gonna live this down.
You can't manage your own finances, and they still haven't figured out this man cannot manage his own finances, and you want him to handle. You keep giving him money.
Hey, but check this out though. Check this out. Imagine imagine the school. Close your eyes. Imagine the school is open. We in fantasy world now.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine the school is open.
Mm-hmm.
How often do you think the police would be up there to that building because some boyfriend or husband is up there ready to put the Beats by Dre on him for saying or doing something to his wife or girlfriend?
Yeah, constantly, or their child. You know what I'm saying? Saying something
crazy to their child.
Yep. All the time. Even if, and they don't know that even if he does get that, okay, there's so many things. First of all, if this man hid his children, then how the hell are you going to put your children in a building with him? That's a safety issue. Mm-hmm. His own children have to be protected and hid and tucked away. He can't even show his own queendom to his own queendom. But you're going to take this man and put him in a building. As much stuff that he has done to people, you're going to put him in a building with children and think that's safe? Mm-mm. Security would have to be there all the time.
Security would probably have to pull him off or something.
Or somebody off his butt, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the security would be there as his.
He couldn't even go to his own aunt's funeral without having security from his brothers and sisters. And you want to put this man, and I got the text messages. You want to put this man in a building with your small children. He's pulled a firearm on his own brother. And you want to put this man in a building with small children.
I've said this years ago, and I'm going to say it again. Any non-custodial parent who is paying child support or whatever, or cares about their child and in their child's life, if the single parent, I'm not saying single mother or whatever, because there's single fathers out here.
Yeah.
And there's some beta male single fathers who follow Umar. Now, if I'm the non-custodial parent and my child's mother were to put my child in Umar's school, I will pull everything I can find off the internet, every little bit of whatever, and I will be down to family court that morning.
I need custody of my child. This woman or this man put my child in a building with this man.
That is child abuse.
It is. It's child endangerment.
Yeah. If you knowing what you know about Umar, that you would put your child in a school that I wouldn't give a damn if he was the janitor.
Yeah.
But But as far as I know, this dude, he ain't said nothing about being part Jamaican, but he talked about being the principal, the teacher, the helicopter pilot instructor, the gym teacher, the cafeteria lady, groundskeeper, facilities manager, architect. And they do
You
got
remember on Are We There Yet? He's like, I'm not wearing that hat right now, though.
yeah, like he Damon Wayans. I got
Yeah.
to tell you, he job. He's the fundraiser, the grant writer, the bus driver,
This is something that is, you know what? This is something that played out in this man's delusional mind, and he has brought and sucked people in this. The bad thing about it, Terrence, is that some of these people don't have the money to give. They don't have the money to give. And he's taking money from them in order to fund not the school, but his lifestyle. They literally funded this man being a celebrity. He's on Art of Dialogue. He's not talking about things in psychology. He's not talking about, the ideal. He's not talking about the IEPs. He's not talking about anything except for celebrity gossip.
And from my understanding, he got his fame by claiming to be a Bailey.
Yeah. Off of the respect of that man, Frederick does. Yeah.
So and that's where we take exception. We're like, man, I don't know that Negro. Well,
That's insane.
I went to, at the time. No, my grandfather had passed, but my grandfather's siblings were still living, and none of them heard of any of them in Caroline, Caroline, Talbot, or Queen Anne's County.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't. These family reunions, the family reunions are held on the eastern shore of Maryland, of the family of Frederick Douglass's mother and grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, I was the one organizing them the last 2 years.
Oh wow.
You know what I'm saying? And anybody don't nobody know if he had showed up, my grand uncle, who's the chairman of the family, would have been like, who the hell are you?
Right.
Like, no, don't know.
How do you just hijack somebody's? That's a boundary. That's just unbelievable to me. That's unbelievable that you feel so comfortable in your skin that I'm just going to say I'm a Bailey. Even the Baileys have told me I'm not a Bailey, but we just never mind with that. Never mind them. And
but here's something else too. The elders in the family actually said, let's just say for the sake of argument,
mm-hmm.
that he popped up with some paperwork or whatever proving that he was a family member. The elders was like, well, we would just disown him. We don't want that niggerdom in the family. That dumb mess. Like we would just disown him if he could prove it. But I've seen that family tree that he goes around or whatever.
In the Bible, is it in a Bible? Or no, it's on a plaque. He said it's on some type of plaque or wood plaque.
Only wood plaque is actually in the museum in DC at Cedar Hill, and ain't nobody he claimed to be related to is on it. Matter of fact, my great grandfather is on that plaque, and ain't nobody, none of the people that he names. Matter of fact, shoot, also trying to thought. The guy that he claims is his ancestor, Stephen Henry Bailey, is actually is in my family graveyard. He would come now. This is supposed to be his grandfather, right? This is supposed to be his great grandfather.
Uh-huh.
He would come down to Eastern Shore and bring those kids who be their bus tour. Would bring those kids and have them all up in our family whatever. And you know how he go live and all that kind of stuff. He would never go live in that graveyard. He would. And as a matter of fact, that graveyard is down at the end of the block here from my house.
Yeah.
He would never go live there. He would come there and then beat feet out of town and then upload it, right? And he used to come with that student bus tour, whatever.
Did you see what I sent you? That or I'll have to try and send it to you again.
No, I haven't looked yet, but he used to do that bus tour, right? Where he took a busload of kids to Uncle Frederick's gravesite in Rochester, New York, and then posted a picture. Had these kids sitting on Frederick, had a funky behind sitting on Frederick Douglass' tombstone.
No respect.
And then he was supposed to be bringing them down here on the Eastern Shore, right? And we all the all the men down here in the family was like, no, the hell you not. And we called law enforcement, whatever. We told him, we said, hey, he come across that Bay Bridge with that bus. I said he put them kids in danger because we're gonna get because we're gonna have to have a reckoning with him, and he gonna try to hide behind them kids. So we was like, it's best you don't come here.
No, you know what?
And he canceled it. He didn't come. He canceled it because we was going to have his tail if he came across that bridge.
This is the crazy part about all of this. But for everything that you and your family are doing in order to shape and to, move forward, move your legacy forward, it is bonkers to me that this man can come in and just discount because his mic is louder. You see what I'm saying? It's taking whatever you decide for actually, that being that's your lineage. He can come in and he's taking it in a whole nother direction. And he's attaching his name to something that his family can't even oversee. You see what I'm saying? That's a boundaries. That's a problem. That's a serious problem. And I don't feel like he should be able to do that. Even naming that school Frederick Doug, that is a misstep, and a completely, I don't, and there was no way to stop it. Take his name off of it.
See, the problem with that is, once an individual has been deceased for so many years, they go into the public domain. You as a family member lose control over the name and likeness of the deceased. Well, what people don't realize is when somebody passes away, their name becomes a family name. One day Shavonne Stone, is going to be a family name to her great grandkids or whatever. Now you would think in the Black community that because Umar's not the only one we got this problem with.
I'm sure.
You know what I'm saying? Our cousins, Harriet Ross, y'all know it's Harriet Tubman. They have the same problem. People overstepping and using family names for stuff or whatever. And there was a dude that came here from Ohio and opened up an ice cream shop in Cambridge, Maryland, Harriet Tubman's hometown. Right there where her family is, and opened up an ice cream shop and named it Harriet Tubman something, whatever, without consulting with the family who walked past that building every day. So they went in there and confronted the old boy, as they should.
Oh,
So these people are, I think I don't believe that anybody should be able to make a nonprofit out of somebody else's family. I don't care how long they've been dead.
Me either.
You know what I'm saying? Without some type of written permission or whatever. I wouldn't care. I mean, now that would be
talk about putting smut on it. Frederick Douglass' name is attached to the school, and what if what if he gets that? And I'm just big what if and very highly unlikely. He got that school open, and it was something that was horrible, that happened. His name would be attached to that. And that doesn't seem right to me. You don't know if he wanted, I don't know. That just don't seem right to me.
Hey, Lanae.
Yes.
Somebody said the Cookie Crush chat is up in here. Let me play something for them real quick.
Let me borrow $20 to the mall.
I will be saying that all week. Oh
shit! One more time for the one time.
Let me borrow $20 to the mall.
Oh Jesus.
Oh
Oh boy.
Lord, have mercy. So yeah. And look, let me tell you something. While we on the subject about nonprofits and the way stuff is supposed to be done or whatever, our nonprofit right here, fdhill.org, right? We go to closing on a building on the 15th of this month, which will be the first and only African American museum in all of Caroline County, Maryland. We signed a contract on a property in the Hill community, which is where I'm from, the oldest free Black community still exists in the United States in Eastern Maryland. We signed a contract on a property over there on Uncle Frederick's birthday, February 14th, to take that building over and make it into a museum in that community. And we're currently waiting for the county to finish their study on the former Talbot County Health Department to see if we can't get that property on a long-term lease, knock that building down, and build a 3-story African American culture center named after Grace Brooks, who was the first Black woman to own property in the Hill community back in the 1700s. So,
oh wow.
and that's going to be, and that would be the headquarters of the Frederick Douglass Society of African American Affairs, History, and Culture, which the executive board of that organization, which will be launched on February the 14th, 2026. Tickets will go on sale hopefully next month. The executive board of that organization consists of Dr. Eliasser Shabazz, the Nat Turner family, the Harriet Tubman family, the Bishop Alexander Wayman family, the Dr. James Steele family, and the Frederick Douglass family.
Oh, that's beautiful. And that's what people should be donating to. That is what people should be donating to.
And if you
That
choose
is
to donate,
beautiful.
if you choose to donate, there's the web. We have a website. We have a app for Android and Apple. You know what I'm saying? We have a CFO.
Oh wow.
We have a CFO. We have a vice president. We have board members on the Bailey Gross Family Foundation. The Bailey Gross Family Foundation Incorporated, which is the only nonprofit in the state of Maryland founded by family members of Frederick Douglass, is founding this historical society, because we don't have a historical society on Eastern Shore. And this historical society is not going to be just in Talbot County. It's going to be the historical society for the entire Eastern Shore and greater Chesapeake region. So that encompasses everything from Baltimore, Wilmington, all the way down to Virginia Beach and over to Southampton County.
I love it. I love that.
You know, and it's bringing the families together in order for historic and legacy Black families to have a voice about how their ancestors are being dealt with in public spaces, and to make sure that the integrity of those families is kept. And the culture center will actually have a genealogy department, so y'all can stop marrying your cousins.
Stop making Umars.
You know what I'm saying? So the cultural center on the first floor would be a cultural center / museum. The second floor would be a lecture hall and HBCU satellite offices, trade program. The third floor will be administrative offices. Has anybody ever seen that I think it's the largest statue on the continent of Africa? It's in Senegal.
Yes, with the man kind of like
and with the kid pointing.
Yeah.
Okay, so that statue is what I'm understanding is dedicated to the diaspora. So it's pointing over here in our direction. So that's the connection.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? We're going to put a statue on the top of that building pointing back.
Oh, that's not. I like that.
You know, from the oldest free Black community still in existence. Now, the community is taking a hit due to immigration. Now, people from south of the border outnumber the Black folks in our own neighborhood. But you know what I'm saying? So what we're doing is we are building our pyramid. You know what I'm saying? So people know, hey, we were here.
Yes.
You know, like I said, we have people in place. I think he jumped out. He's probably at work. Where is he?
Now that's what it's all about. That is unity. I love that.
Conscious Rising Aki is one of our board members. It was in the chat. He's one of our board members, and he stays on Umar. Boy, he keeps his foot in Umar behind. But yeah, man,
he has to go down so that things like this that are really healthy for us, good for us, can shine a little bit brighter. He's taking things in the wrong direction. And it really resonated with me when you were talking about, because I've been saying this, if he gets next to Traore, it's like, it's so many things. He's dangerous. He's very, very dangerous. His methods are dangerous. And I feel like what you guys are doing is so much more healthier, and we should shine a light on that. I know I'm going to start pushing it on my page. I would encourage other people to do the same, because that is something, you're so very close. If they want to donate to something that is put, like you said, put in place, it's been thought out, that it represents unity. It represents a vast amount of a lot of our people that are ancestors that have really done amazing things in our history. I think that deserves all of our attention versus this mess that we're dealing with right now. I don't know how he stayed in play this long. I
Ignorant,
really don't.
ignorance, and our community loves mess.
Yeah, because
You know, our community loves mess. You know what
yeah,
I'm
because
saying?
when he's posting anything about his events or anything like that, it's like 72 likes. He put up some mess up there, some drama. It's over 1,000. We gotta elevate. We have to come up out of this, and we can't do it with people like him in play. He's dangerous, and not to mention all the other things that he's doing.
Well, I personally believe, I believe Umar has went from being a so quote unquote educator to an entertainer.
Yeah, a celebrity. Yeah,
At this point, this dude, and that's the thing. Now, his nephew that was interviewed by
he's thick with the sauce, man.
by Lennon.
And
Now,
he's going into human services. He's going to have to learn not even humble, but he's going to have to learn some different things in order to go into that sector, or he's going to, that's not good.
so I got a son older than him,
Mm-hmm.
and one of the things, in my upbringing, I was always told, let your work speak for you. Do put good work out there where people will talk about you. You never need to talk about yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When I had to sit down and
They
do a
used to
bio,
be
it took
gloating
me
and
2 weeks to do a
boasting.
bio because I can't talk about myself.
Yeah. Yeah. Most people, if you're doing good, it's gonna speak for itself. You don't need to ring your own bells. We used to call that being boastful. Now I don't know how the hell, I don't know how people came off of that. And it's not about people trying to, humbling may be the wrong word, but if you're doing good, like you said, it's going to speak for itself. And human services is not where you go into to, kind of exalt yourself. It's for the people.
Yeah, that's a selfless uh uh thing. See, that like me myself, I like reluctant warriors.
Yeah.
I like people to come and work with me who can think of 100 different places they'd rather be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That way I know they're gonna come in, they're gonna get to work, they're gonna get it with, so they can go do so they can go off and do what they want to do, and we're not wasting each other's time.
Yeah.
I personally, even though I founded this nonprofit and all that kind of stuff, but I had to do this in order to combat people like Umar
Yeah.
or whatever, and organize our family and get the family situated or whatnot. But I don't want to be doing this. You know what I'm saying? I personally, I want to be on a beach somewhere in a Speedo with my wife in a two-piece and something strong in my cup with an umbrella.
Yeah.
That's what I want. But you know what I
Yeah.
do? I work 10, 12 hours a day on a regular job. I do Zoom meetings I drive a tractor trailer. I do Zoom meetings from my laptop in the sleeper.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm doing fundraising campaigns, whatever, in the headset, driving down the track, driving an 18-wheeler, and I'm doing all this from the truck.
But you know what? There are people that are attached to this type of work. Even when I worked for the state, I saw it. There are people that come into it in order to, because they see it's other people attached to it that are in need. And some people are drawn to it because, of that sociopath type of disposition. They just they're not in it for the people, they're in it for self-grandizement. And it will always be like that. It will always draw, but the people that are in it are supposed to hold that down to make sure that people, because if you look at even Umar, he kept going into places where he could rise to the top of it, not to do the work. He was only interested
In
in
position.
growing to the top, even with the UNIA.
He wanted position.
Yeah, he's obsessed with it. Even with the things that he's doing now, he's not basking in the essence of doing good deeds. He's just he's hell bent on accomplishments.
Let me get this. Let me get this comment real quick from Brittany May. Said, "Are you going to team up with the Kennard Museum in Centerville by any chance? They have a contract with the schools in Queen Anne's County, so the kids can go there for field trips." One of our board members is the director for Kennard, Tara Corsi. She's one of our board members. So and this African American Historical Society will be asking or trying to recruit other organizations like the Kennard Museum to come in and be a part of the Historical Society or for the whole Eastern Shore. So everybody that's already doing something that's already established, saying that are only within their own county. Our goal is to knock down the county borders. Because the Eastern Shore of Maryland, I don't know how many of y'all know anything about Eastern Shore. The Eastern Shore of Maryland has produced more African American leaders who have shaped the destiny of the United States per square mile in any other place in the United States. You got Frederick Douglass, Harriet Tubman, born 15 miles apart. You got Henry Highland Garnett up in Kent County. You got Moses Vernay, it's also from Talbot. This is the birthplace of gospel music. We put this place has produced more Black leaders per square mile than anywhere else in the country. So, and most people don't know nothing about Eastern Shore of Maryland. They don't know anything about it. So we're and then one of the biggest things with counties and Black history, whatever, everybody wants to stay within their county and only pay attention to what happened in their county. But the history is much bigger than that. And a lot of people only want to do what's in their county because in their county they're top dog, and they're afraid if it gets expanded, they might see. A lot of people to do stuff because all they want is position. It ain't about work. They want to be able to say, I held this office. I don't give a damn about your office if you didn't do a damn thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like with this nonprofit, with this historical society, I'm pretty sure there'll be some people that'll say, I don't agree with the structure. Because they can't be on the executive board because they're not a part of a Black legacy family. Well, people like that we don't want, because you're talking about getting a position. You want to be on there. You think you should be at the executive board, and you've not stepped foot in the door. You know what I'm saying? So I can't stand people like that.
Instead of just seeing how you can help it succeed. It's
that burns my catfish. I like my fish burnt, man. Now let's switch up a little bit. I think we've established that he's just a generalized piece of doo-doo.
More than anybody knows. It seems, I don't know how. I don't know. It sickens me to be the person, but I just can't. I can't keep going on. Like, he can't stay where he is. That's what my war is about. He has to come down. I know people. It's hard for me because people are looking at this as I'm scorned, or I'm bitter. It has nothing to do with that. I made my peace with that. I always have, to have to deal with that, but it has nothing to do with that. It has everything to do with what he's doing to the community. It has everything to do with what's happening with his mother, and that is just because the family needs someone to champion for them on that end. And it also has to do with the things that he has done to people behind closed doors, and he's a problem, and he has to come out. He has to come down, or he has to be quieted. I don't like the fact that he has the mic for a lot of things. I don't know how that happened. I don't know why more people did not step up and and I think it has to do with the orating or something, but he should have been knocked out off of his block a long time ago. And I know that some people did, but it was not unified. He has caused so much division with us, and even started to place his own. If you go on my TikTok, this was even before I left him alone. I had this feeling. I was always feeling like he did not need to be where he was, because he creates division. He wants to put his preferences, his own preferences on things, and those are not the immediate needs of the people. It distracts things. um and anything evil like that, I just think is hell bent on divide. So I just feel he just needs to come out of where he is. And there's a greater power that feels it too, because these things that are happening, it's like once I came out, it set off a chain reaction. Some of the things that he's done, I don't even understand how the hell they went under the rug. They just got swept under the rug, you know. So
We got a Umarian in the chat.
I don't know what. Oh, a Germaniac.
Yeah, Seth Marie. I don't know if that's a man or a woman. Don't go off for Lennon honor. He's a troll and has a lot of nerve because he has been on YouTube for 16 years begging for donations and never had adequate job.
Yeah,
That's
they
such a
have these talking points that they're not facts. And it just
what job has Umar? Umar has been a career student and
yeah.
works. He's older than me. I'm 50, and he's worked 7 years that can be confirmed since the age of 21.
Lennon is the best. And if you just want to look at it as far as integrity, that man is married. He has multiple children. He stayed where he was. There's not anything coming out about him. He has something to supplement his income while he is taking care of his family. He is doing black excellence. I don't understand how you are going to talk about Lennon and then hype Umar up.
And I heard his wife say nothing about Lennon over there getting his anus massaged.
And then if you
Let me borrow $20 to the mall.
he didn't go for Lennon, he went after his wife.
Now that's weak. That's some weakness. That's some weakness.
That's why I said I'm not trying to recruit any of his supporters on I need y'all to stay over there. Just watch the show. Stay out of my way. Let me do what I gotta do. I don't want any, and I'm not trying to take any of his supporters from him. You're right. They represent a certain type of demographic. I know that you don't know any better men because that is who you choose to put. I wasn't raised around men like Umar. My father was military. He had integrity. He was a good father. He put good values, good morals in it. He walked it like he talked it. I don't know what people see and once I learned the truth, I came into it blind, and he knew I was blind, and he kept the mask on, and it didn't fall off until, like I said, when I got into that house. Because there is nothing about a man that has his stuff together that should be living in a hamster cage.
Keep going. I got a call real quick. Hold on.
You're fine. These talking points that he said, I just don't. The supporters need to figure something else out. This is a time of change. Anyone has the ability to step up, and I really think we need to get away from the leadership ideology. But I know that's a process, but I don't even know who Seth Marie is. but I
Yeah, I
see
don't.
that they're
I,
referencing them.
maybe he's here. Maybe he's here for his anus to be massaged. You gonna help my? Hey.
Let me borrow $20 to the mall.
With your broke ass. Oh God. Oh Lord. Oh man. And look. So
The
somebody
heck?
in the comment section wanted you to elaborate on the council person that Umar had a falling out with.
Oh, I'm gonna post. I've posted so much, and then I say I'm gonna post things. Got out of posting the receipts, but I'm gonna go back to that. I can't remember what her name is, but she's a councilwoman. We had he came to me to figure out how to handle her. She sent a message and she wanted to meet with him. And at the time, the way that it seemed that she wanted to come in and ask questions about the school and find out if there was anything that he needed help with. And he felt like she was overstepping because it's his school and he don't need to check in. But that's not like you're moving in HOA. You know what I'm saying? This is, you have purchased a commercial building in a community and you have not tapped in with the community. You know, you're throwing these parties and doing all of this stuff, but you haven't even tried. And that's another thing about him. If you are someone that is a teacher, a scholar, I have a friend he's in over the physics department. He talks to anybody about, you know, what he's into. You know, you can't help but to teach. He gatekeeps information, especially when it comes to things like this. What did you put on for the community to invite them in, to tell them about what you're trying to do? These are possibly your students, or the parents of your students. Why would you not want to talk to them and engage with them? I think Umar thinks that people are going to be traveling across the nation in order to bring their kids to this school. No, they're not.
Man, look, I said it yesterday, and I'm gonna say it again. The reason why Umar don't want anybody getting too close is because he don't want nobody picking up lids, looking under stuff, looking under covers or whatever. Because then you're gonna see the scam.
It's not gonna check out.
Nobody in their right mind who wants to do what Umar's talking about doing would not want to have an elected official who's getting their back. An elected official who's getting their back and helping promote what they're trying to do. That could be your biggest ally, because you need permits. You need permits. You got to get inspections done. You got to pay these people, and they got to approve this stuff before you can do anything. So if you got an elected official that's saying, "Hey, what you got going on, man? Like I'm trying to help out. I'm trying to get in, whatever." I don't care if that person is using that as their election tool to get reelected. If the goal is actually getting if they buy in, that means they're just invested in getting that building open and kids in there as you are. If you're true about it. So you know what I'm saying? Because once they put their name on it, if the elected official say, "I'm working with Umar Johnson on FDMAG school, whatever, blah 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 blah," now they are stuck with it. They got to make it happen, like you got to make it happen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or they're basically putting their legacy on the line.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's suspect as hell that you don't want this elected official. You think they overstepping? Man, look, I'm gonna tell you something. Just because it's your idea or your dream does not mean that it's written that it's you that's going to accomplish it.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like I said last night, Moses led the people out, was leading the people, but he couldn't go into the promised land, could he?
Nope. He had to stay behind.
Just because it's your idea, don't mean that you are the one to take it across the finish line. It's, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, because like that's the good thing about having children. Because if you start, it might not be you to finish it, but your kids, if you raise them right, may pick it up and carry the ball across the
Exactly.
goal line, or someone who you mentored and poured into.
And I'm glad you brought that up, because that was another thing. We were having a conversation. We were talking about even past leaders not having a successor, not having, any kind of succession plan. I believe the reason, and we haven't had a black leader since the 70s. And I believe that, they felt that this was taking on a different, kind of like a different type of movement, where one leader was not needed, or could be more harmful to us than good. So even with this FDMG situation, there's no one, if something happened to him, there's no one that he has vetted out, he has put in place. There's no board, like what you were saying, in order to, because we talked about the DAS, that's a part of sustainability, but also the succession. There's nothing in place to see that this keeps going. He's not married. He doesn't have any friends. He doesn't talk to family. Who would take over? It would just get shut down.
And that's a sign of poor management.
Exactly. There's
Anytime,
so many things. If you look up a leader, and you looked up the traits, he can't check off any of those boxes. He's got that false bravado, and I think that's where people are getting confused. But he does not have the traits that a leader should have.
well, you know what he said back years ago. He said, "I don't want to be a leader. Leaders get killed."
Well, what the hell are you doing? Why are you in the way?
Leaders.
And I'm not saying that Umar is useless. He is right now with the mind. He's got a mental health issue. So anything that comes out of his mouth outside of what he has those degrees in is just it. It is what it is. But he is some type, like if we had a consortium, if we had some type of brain trust, like an assembly, then he would be a good asset to the conversation. But to put everything on him, and that is what they have done. They want him. And you can go through his comments and look, because I used to do it. People say, what's your thoughts on? Develop your own damn opinion. You see what I'm saying? Why do you need this man to tell you how to think? Because you don't think. And see, I'm going to tell you another reason. When we're talking about he appeals to a certain type, yeah, because Umar reads, but the people that he's orating to, they don't read.
Mm-mm.
They
They're
don't
lazy.
read, and it's evident that they don't, because he's been wrong on a lot of things. And they've championed it on. I've seen it up to 60,000 likes, but nobody stopped and fact checked what this man was saying. He's not without error. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying that they don't want to read. They don't want to do their research. They want him to be basically the directory, like, the information, the person to bring in the information. That's laziness.
I think this dude is trolling us in he's saying that Umar was at Oxford University in England
Yeah, he
debating
was. He was. He was
debating
there.
Elon Musk's father.
Huh?
Debating Elon Musk's father.
Yeah. They put that man in that space, and he didn't even know how to conduct himself in the space. And then the man that was rightful to be in that space, Vusi Thembakaweyo, he snubbed him. That's the main person that he should have been running up to shake his hand, not saying that, like to put him on a pedestal, but that's your brother. You snubbed him. There's no photos of him with him, but he ran up to get in Elon's face, or Elon Musk's dad's face. But you snubbed this man, and Boosie is the dude. That's the man. And even with the school situation, if he needed some kind of help or guidance, you have to lean to somebody. You cannot do this on your own. And he snubbed the man.
Hold up, I gotta address this. Reed's room. You need to stop lying and lifting my words from comment sections. I was the one who called that campus when Umar put that video out years ago. So stop lying. I don't know who you are, but and if you did call that place or whatever, it does not mean that you were the only one who called that place. They didn't shut the phones off when you called. If you called, and I don't know anything about lifting your words from the comments. I don't even know who you are. But if you come back with something else again, you're gonna get blocked.
What is he talking about?
I don't know who that fool is, but I'm trying not to block anybody or stop anybody from saying anything. You know what I'm saying? It's free speech, but don't come with that mess.
And Umar's daughter was today saying her Cash App was hacked. Yes, it is. This, and then nobody wants to talk about his mental health. You know, nobody wants to talk. That blows my mind that nobody can see that this man is mentally not healthy.
But Grandma, we're not comparing him to anybody in scripture or anything like that. We're just saying that, okay, like in my case, I said the same thing about myself. Just because I'm the one that thought of putting this coalition together, whatever, and getting this building built for this culture center does not mean that I'm the one to see it across the finish line. It does not mean that just because it was my idea that I'm going to see it get complete. That's the whole point of putting together a group of people.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? These things, you can't do this stuff by yourself.
The collective effort.
Yeah, it's a collective effort. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, just because, you start something don't mean it's for you to finish. Some of these things are generational.
Yeah.
That's all I was saying. And Moses was a good example of starting something and putting in years and years and decades of work and not seeing it go and not seeing the finished product. So we're not comparing him to a biblical figure. He's far from it. If he was in the Bible, he'd be Judas
or the devil himself.
Yeah, or Samuel. No, he's not. He's not that. I wouldn't give him that much credit at all.
And I don't understand how you take a man that has caused so much division amongst his own. I don't understand how he's supposed to bring unity. I just don't get it. He's focused off of things right now that's not even. It's not even it shouldn't be our focus.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm gonna time this dude out.
Okay.
So let's get to the comments and stuff, the derogatory comments, because he has a history of doing this. He did the same thing to Kim Ringold. Any female that he deals with who comes out and says, "Hey, this guy ain't who he said he is." He was. I don't remember what show it was. He was on somebody's show, and he said that he was celibate. And then right after he said he was celibate, Kim Ringo was like, "Hold up, you told my house the day before or this week."
Yeah, he told me he was 10 months. I said, "Oh, I got you beat. I've been 4 years." So yeah, he texted me that he was 10 months celibate. He had a lot of masks. He wore a mask. As far as with talking about me, that's when you have the internet. Then there's two ways about this. You got the internet, you got real life. So clearly his supporters don't really care about real life. They care about the internet, the online, because this man has nothing. The only thing that he has is his image. So I expected him to hit back like that because There's nothing else that he values. He doesn't value his children. He doesn't value his family. He doesn't have any friends. He doesn't have a car, a house. There's nothing that he has put any value on. So when I attacked his image and I took away his privacy because he took away mine, that's where I expected him to lash out. And he's going to always do it. But the only problem now is he's found somebody that's not worried about anything he comes up with. I don't give a shit what he I don't care what he comes up with. I'm not coming off of him. And he's going to make stuff, and he does make things up. He makes them up all the time. He hasn't been honest about anything. So he went to the level of a child, and that's where it's kind of like if I was dating a man and he didn't want anything to do with me, and I was like, well, his thing was little, and it's immature and it's petty, but that's not what we're doing here.
Yeah, that's. I was telling my wife last night.
He forgets he's not the only man I have. He forgets I'm in a relationship, and then I have men that were behind. There's no man that stepped up and be like, "Oh, that's that one girl. I used to date her, and yeah, she is." It's not gonna happen because that's not who I am. But I can find people to verify everything that I say about him. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh no, you're fine. You're the feature. Hey, you know what I mean?
No,
hey, like I was me and my wife. I said to my wife last night. I said, when that's stuff that happens when you were kids, teenagers.
Yeah.
A young man likes a girl, and they they do something, whatever, and then she cheats on him or whatever, or breaks up with him, whatever. What's the first thing out of his mouth? Oh, well, she stink.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Well,
I've never had a man. I was like, what?
and then if it's the other way around, and the girl is the one that feels scorned, what's the first thing out of her mouth?
Oh, he got a little wee. Yeah, that's.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, so, I have heard that.
That's juvenile stuff.
Yeah,
we did that as kids.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. You get scorned like, oh well, you know what? She stink anyway.
I didn't expect that though. I was like, what? And there's no way to verify it unless, but I'm just saying, like, what? But when I saw the doors on FDMG, when people started sending me that picture that I sent you, I was like, okay. And then I just watched the clip of it. Don't Call Me White Girl. He was talking about, he was talking about it, like people cleaning themselves. I said, so something must have happened, but I know it wasn't me. But he had spray painted on some doors or someone else. It might have been Anne herself. I don't know. But it says, Anne Smelly Fish or something like that. So this tone is circling him. I have never came across anything like that, even in my teen years. But, everybody gets their weirdo. You know what I mean? This was mine. I'm 40, I got all the way up to this age, and I got my weirdo. And I was like, yeah, that's my fault because I took what came to me. I didn't look for what I wanted, Hey, I'm making peace with my decision because I think I messed up pretty dang on bad with him. I messed up pretty bad with him. I've never dated somebody that I would just like nauseated after the fact based off of the things I've learned about them. It's a lot different than be like, oh, he a player. I'm done with him. No, this is like, you are a bad human. Like you. I could have stayed and probably went somewhere like and I'm not even going to put that smut on the halfway house. I could have went anywhere and pulled better and that should be, and this is kind of why I'm out talking about it. Like, women want these men, and I thought that those degrees were going to mean that I was getting a better caliber of man, even though I didn't want anything deep at the time. I just felt like, he's a bookworm. He's not out here doing this or doing that or whatever. But yeah.
So Seth Marie is back. I put him in jail for a little while night, but he ain't learned his lesson. So he back with the shenanigans. He said this
It's
woman is
like
a
I'm a
clout chaser.
clout chaser. I hear
Don't
that a lot.
believe what you want though. Okay, so if she's a clout chaser, then what about all the other women? Now I remember nearly 10 years ago there was a woman that was I think she was out of Canada who wanted to come forward to me, but was afraid.
This is not the way you get clout.
Was afraid of the backlash
That's not how you
by
get
a bunch
clout.
of uneducated subhuman individuals that don't know anything, that are so desperate for a leader. Like I said, I saw in one of these group chats or whatever when they was laying out all the stuff against Umar, and this person got in a group chat and said, "Well, if Umar is a fraud, who's going to lead us?" Like, okay, that's your problem. You looking for a leader? You looking for a Jim Jones or some daggone body? Go drink your own Kool-Aid. Go do it by yourself. You talk about who gonna lead us. You want this person to lead you, and this person said out of their own mouth, I'm scared to be a leader because leaders get killed. A real leader puts themselves in between danger and the people. Patrice Lumumba, all of them, they put themselves in between the danger and the people. Umar ain't doing that.
It's not.
Umar
That's
said
an
out of his
armchair
own mouth. Umar said
revolutionary
out of his
right there.
own mouth
He
said out of his own mouth that some of
and
your
take it from
sons
somebody who
are
knows.
going to have to be killed.
He comes to the event dressed in one way. He goes into a dressing room and dresses up in a costume.
That's a snake oil pastor is what that is.
Like, you have to get dressed into African garb in order to perform. That's a performance, and it's not who he is. That's not who he is when he's offline. He's not that. He's not that. And even that I was willing, because I was willing to like, kind of deal with, because I mean, there were so many things that were less, but the flags start popping up because I felt like it's kind of like me saying, oh, I do this or I don't do this to my children because I want them to be better than I am. But it comes with a cost, but it's a hand that some people play. And I felt like, if that's what he wants, because he's trying to develop a better thing for us as blacks, then that might be the reason why. But then it became like it was a con. It didn't make sense. Nothing made sense.
Yeah, I remember at one point in time he had lost a bunch of weight, was looking crazy. That video of him picking up that little, what I guess he assumed was a crack rock off that step. Man, and he had lost weight. Like, you know how, like, you meet some people that are, like, say they're an alcoholic, or or they abuse something. You can see it in their face.
Yeah.
That video of him with that tight ass bandana around his head, sitting in the car, saying, "I'm without digital currency." He looked like his face. He looked like he looked worse for wear. And they look at his face. And
then trying to sound proper as he's talking about, like, I'm broke. I was like, bro, just be real. I don't understand that. I don't understand that. That right there, I don't know. And none of that, and they didn't question anything. They didn't question, well, why you don't have a credit card? And as much as you talk about these PWIs, you ain't never thought about, stuffing a little bit of something underneath the mattress. It just things do not. And he
None of it lines up.
lies so damn much. I never worry about it because everyone that I was telling, as soon as they get close to him, they're like, okay, I get it now. Yeah, I don't have no reason to lie to you. It is
Oh,
what it is.
I don't mean it. Well, I'm answer a question real quick. Well,
Yeah.
I want you to adjust this comment on the screen, and then it's up. There's somebody. This dude Seth Marie with got the man's name and a woman's name. I guess he's a hermaphrodite.
Yeah.
Coming in here saying dumb stuff. So I'm gonna address this what he just said. But can you address what Goddess Laura Ra just said? Does your coming out on the internet put your job in danger any type of way?
No, I don't know how. I don't know how else to say this. No, my job is secure. I don't know how I can say this, and I don't even know if I want to say it. But there is nothing. I saw the post that he's looking for my supervisor, my job title, and all that. That's weird. My supervisor is quite aware, and it's weird. It's odd, and it's not something that normal people do. It's kind of like the bitter baby mama calling the man's job. It's strange. But no, I am not going to lose my job. If anything, my job is more worried about why he went on and said that I hacked his bank account. That is strange. That's very strange. But I'm secure. I'm very secure. And then my job is not even what pays my bills. That's the whole thing. It's like I think trying to dig up things on people versus just listening to what is being said is just very Umarian. Just pay attention to the facts and stop trying to sling dirt. There's nothing anyone can find about me that I'm going to care about or feel bad about or anything. This is going to come out.
Now, this comment that's on the screen right now, content creators with huge platforms said the same thing about her clout chasing, like Willie D and the Queen. Just facts. Now, I saw a post or something or whatever about that talked about you, and it was from Jaguar Wright.
Oh, Jag wrong. Yeah.
That now, let me say something about that. Me personally, somebody that knows about everybody's business in Hollywood who was never an A-lister or nothing like that. It just sounds like either somebody that is clout chasing or a bitter individual. She's got something to say about everybody.
Yeah.
And there's no way you're gonna get me to believe that she was in everybody's and in the room with everybody when everything went down all over how you can't. What was she? Omnipotent?
And never said anything. Why wouldn't you don't hold a place for women? So, and all she did was like, she's a weirdo. She's a SL, whatever. All that name calling and stuff. I'm a grown woman. I don't care about none of that. I don't know that woman. She don't know me.
Well, who's the weirdo?
Yeah. She's like, she's a weirdo. She's a weirdo. And I told people that I was dating. I talked to somebody known. I told that. I've told Umar stuff. The fact that he doesn't vet out who he puts in his space is not my concern nor my problem. So there's nobody I'm not a plant. I'm not a plant. He came on, he said, you can fool some of the people sometime, but you can never fool Umar. But you were supposed to vet out who you put in your space. He knew I'm real, I'm authentic. And I told him, I said, I told him, he just thought I was playing, and I'm not playing. I'm not playing. I think But as far as clout, once I win this war, my page will go down, and I'll go back to real life. I don't care about the internet. I don't care about the fame that people try to grab off of this. It's not real life. I've met too many people that are known, and then you get to know them in real life, and it don't check out. Even with Umar, he's got a lot of following, and this man he doesn't have a car. Like, he's not even adulting. I don't care about any of that stuff. It's superficial.
Yeah, but I don't understand how you can call somebody else a weirdo when you are in and out of jail. People
She got
people
problems with her own kids, her
yeah
own family, and stuff.
they brought her on Piers Morgan or whatever. She got Piers Morgan in trouble.
Weird.
Who's the weirdo? Like you on social media on these platforms looking like you high or been drinking, and you come on to people's platforms and talk about every you got something to say about ain't no way in the hell you was in every room.
And has a beautiful voice. You have a gift. You rather use your mouth to speak death into things versus to use it to be like for the blessing. God touched that woman's throat, and she's worried about what I'm doing. I feel sad for her, but I know why she came for me, because he put her on me. He put her on me. And I posted the text from when she let me down, when she went after that woman who lost her kids to I think it was the state or CPS or something. She doesn't speak life into women. She doesn't hold a space for women. My whole point with all of this is that no woman should not, regardless if you mess with this man or not, that's a personal, and I don't judge, but you can't say you didn't know, because I know I didn't know. There's no way that some of these things should have been swept under the rug or pushed way down, especially not what I posted last night on my page. That's sick. You're a predator, amongst other things.
Ed Avis, that is one of the things that pisses me off the most when I meet somebody for the first time and they bring up Umar. So is Umar some people, you know what I do? If I think they're being stupid or being ignorant, I walk away.
Mm-hmm.
If it's somebody who's like asking an honest question that like they really want to know, they don't know none of this stuff, I will answer the question. But for the most part, but if you walk up to me and ask me that question with a grin on your face or a smirk, I walk away.
Yeah. I didn't even know about that.
Yeah. So, and that one dude, Seth Marie, how about Umar be turned down dates for some of the finest women? This don't add up. That's now we know that's a daggone lie, because we
That's what
know
I'm
that's a
saying.
daggone
They're
lie
under a
because
delusion about this man.
this dude be
Because
rolling into town and trying to get girls to come back to his daggone hotel. What was the situation where a producer or something had to pay a woman and her agent because Umar done something to her in a hotel room? Where'd I hear that at? Are you there? She's having problems again. Yeah, there was something where Umar was supposed to be doing something, some show or something. I don't know if it was a show or he's supposed to. I don't know, man. It was something where they said the girl had to come back. He asked the girl to come back to his room to read lines or something like that or whatever. And he did something he had no business doing. And then the producer or that person who was over all that had to pay this person out before had to pay this person so they wouldn't come out. But yet he turning down dates from the finest of the fine, and this, that, and the third. Man, whatever. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? If you having to turn down women, why are you asking women to fly you out and then trying to get these women who want you to come out there for the main reason of helping a child, and the only thing you're trying to do is help yourself to them. Child be damned. And we've been going at this for 2 hours. I guess what Umar to put another hex on our Wi-Fi. I'm not going to lose my job. It's something every single person that has lost their job for YouTube has said respectfully. No one is rocking with Umar anymore about his daughter dealing with this sister and begging for money. Those three those three strikes. That this is our key right here. He's one of our board members. So we actually have board members represented in this chat. You know what I'm saying? Like on this live. That's why I say when you're doing these nonprofits or whatever, you have to have people in place. Umar is not Jamaican. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna be out. He can't be the principal, the bus driver, the janitor, the cafeteria person, the facilities manager, the groundskeeper, the roofer. I mean, come on, he's not Damon Wayans. That's crazy. And then like nobody asking this dude who's the CPA because he shouldn't be the one dealing with the money. He should have somebody else. He should have somebody that's doing that, keeping the taxes straight, keeping the nonprofit status in compliance. Somebody's out there that's actually buying the materials and stuff like that for the school, books, cleaning supplies, furniture, everything. I never heard him say anything about he was out looking at school buses.
Mm-mm.
Out looking at school buses or anything like that or whatever. A lot of schools now have those defibrillators on the wall for emergencies.
Yeah.
None of that stuff.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? You only see video footage of one building, not the rest of the buildings. And if there's mold in those buildings, like people are saying, he's got no business having nobody in those buildings. Matter of fact, he shouldn't be in the building. Mold is that's serious. That take you up out of here. Jaguar Wright is a head case. You're right. Man, but that hurt. That Wi-Fi is.
Yeah, I've already heard my fair share of horror stories, and the name she was calling me, she should never ever call any woman anything like that. I don't even uphold stuff like that. I'm not one of those, but I don't know what her deal is, but I honestly think she's just on a clout chase herself.
Let me tell y'all something. When somebody is raising money and they don't want help from people or whatever, they say that they can handle it all by themselves, they are hiding something.
Yep.
They are hiding something. You cannot run a nonprofit by yourself. Not something on the scale of what he's talking about doing, especially. You cannot do that by yourself. Please ask Lanae about the Finger Tuesday. Hey, look, before you start.
Let me borrow $20 to the mall.
Oh my god!
No, go ahead.
Oh my gosh! I just feel like it's gonna come. It's gonna come to a point where some of this stuff is gonna start dropping. Because I haven't even begun to start dropping things. Where people are going to just they're going to have to clean their slate with as far as with their mind, what they have, their thoughts they have about Umar Johnson. Because he's got a tumultuous past. That's for damn sure. And not even to just be like he is a different type of person than what he portrays himself. Very different. But as far as that, I don't even understand why he's upset. I guess that's not normal for men, but that's something that he likes. But this is the whole reason why I came out and I told all this man's business and any damn thing else I could think of is because me and him were fighting before I came out. He kept putting people in my space. I had no privacy, so I took his privacy. I took his privacy away from him because as paranoid and as private as he is, I'm private too. I deserve that. Especially when I'm trying to leave out of a space with you, it should be okay. And everybody is denouncing these texts, but you're not asking him for any you're not asking him why he messed with me, why he liked the shocker. It's like he gets passes. He says it's so it's so. But he's a sexual deviant. He likes sex. I don't think he really has a preference. And I'm still looking for the girl from Stonecrest, Georgia. In my heart of all hearts, I think he messed with that girl.
No, what did it come? Okay, you said he made a comment where y'all were. I hate even going into this, but real quick, Jaguar Wright spread her own son's ashes on herself. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I don't want to.
Anyway, so you said y'all were doing grown up business.
They buy their stuff from the same flea market. She be having on them earrings, and he get the dashiki. I'm not worried about the dip. Let's see what this is.
It says 5 years from now, Umar will still be Umar, and this lady's son will still be embarrassed about what his mother did on social media.
My son, my oldest son,
exposed without permanently embarrassing your family.
Yeah, see, and that's why I said you gotta understand these people know me in real life. So my son is championing me on, and he doesn't know a lot about certain things because he's not on social media. Everybody is not on social media, and we are that family. We weren't on there for real before this. The only reason why some of these accounts exist because we needed them to push the event we were using for Umar. But we were not on social media like that.
Hey, you know what? If I'm not mistaken, you said that it was your son that was the one that was enamored with Umar, and then all this stuff spiraled out of control with Umar basically trying to abuse his mom in a public space because his mother is speaking out about the truth about the stuff that he's been doing. So how in the devil, I'm trying to figure out how is that going to embarrass the boy? So of years down the road, if anything, that young man is going to be a staunch advocate against Umar and bringing Umar down.
And
I don't get the correlation about what you're talking about. That means you could have somebody throw your phone away. That was dumb. Throw the whole phone away. Yeah. Jaguar spelled the beans. What how they spell them? What was it?
She didn't spill the beans. She was walking spelled. Chicks out. There were no parties.
He said spelled the beans. He spelled it out. It was a spelling bee.
Oh.
Hey, but you know what?
Let me borrow $20 to the mall.
Oh Lord, you can't make this stuff up. Boy.
Yeah, there's not. Y'all gonna have to start finding your own clapbacks instead of regurgitating the same ones. My son's fine with what I'm doing. My daughter's not. She doesn't know what's going on. She's off into something else. And my 16-year-old don't even be on. He don't even be on the internet. Doesn't have a want for it. It's like we're living real life out here.
Frederick Douglas is my 5 times great uncle. It's my great grandfather's little brother. Look, I'm gonna say this: if you were out here defending, if you got the audacity to defend Umar and then attack the females who come out against him, and all of them have the same or if not similar stories, and you don't have where there's smoke, there's fire. If you feel the need to want to defend this dude, something's wrong with you.
Yeah,
there's not just like with this stuff with Umar. Like if you look down through the years, or whatever, there are people that were with him that are gone, or whatever. Yep. If people are constantly leaving you, it's not at some point it comes to it, the reality is it's not them. It's you.
Yeah, you the common denominator.
They all leave you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like what was
And
her name?
most of these people have never met him. They haven't even been around him. They don't know. They're just talking.
Or they've been somewhere and seen him or whatever, but never actually worked with him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
you know how they say, like, you don't know somebody till you live with them.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you actually have to work with somebody, or you like on a protracted level, you start seeing them for who they really are, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, you're not going to know who somebody is. You know what I'm saying, in passing. You know
No.
what I mean? Unless they outright scam you. Now, you know, how many of y'all in here in this chat have donated to Umar? And then how many of y'all have received a tax letter? Do you honestly think Umar? Okay, if at last count it was $1.6 million that was, you know what I'm saying? I guess that's Lennon's number, Lennon Honor's number, $1.6 million.
And he's being fair to him. He's really being fair.
Yeah, and so if you look at it, out of that, you know what I'm saying, that was probably thousands of people who donated, mostly single women. You think Umar sat down and licked every envelope? He don't have an accountant. He doesn't have a CPA.
There's nobody there. Nobody.
You think he sat down and I guess he was licking stamps in between that whole gallon of orange juice and them cookies? No, he was not. You didn't get no tax letter.
And one thing I gotta say this, just from being in that space and knowing how he is and how he truly feel about his supporters. When have y'all seen him do anything for a supporter? Like, go out of his way. This is a man of the people. He's a liberator, right? He's a freedom fighter. When have you seen him get busy on anything in Philly? Anything? When has he shown up? I'm not talking about other places. I'm talking about in his own. Philly is under siege. When have you seen him show up in that capacity? He's not, because he's not that guy. He's not. Even his daughter. I don't understand how people do not understand this man's claim that he was kept away from his daughter, and he has no interest as now she's an adult. He has no interest in getting to know that girl or helping that girl or being anywhere near her. Why? Because she makes his image look bad. His whole entire focus is on his image. It is not hard to tell.
Well, if you think about it, he don't keep nobody close to him and out in the public that knows anything really about him.
No, he cussed his family out for approaching him in public at an event. He cussed them out. Who the hell does that? He was like, oh yeah, ha ha ha. I took a picture with him and everything, and then later on cussed them out. Boy, and I'm not trying to. And this is what I've been trying to tell people too. I'm not trying to recruit any of his supporters. I'm not trying to recruit. I just want y'all to wait and see. You don't have to say, or you can't say that nobody didn't warn you. You have this all to yourself. I love it. That's why I be laughing at these comments, because you're gonna see, and you can't say, oh, we didn't know what we thought. No, his death. He's already. Oh, thank you. He's already been his. I'm sorry, I'm distracted, but everything has already been done. All this is just playing out. The end has already been sealed and covered. This is just playing out. That's why I'm so cocky, I guess, with it, because I already know what the end is. I'm just waiting for you guys to I'm trying to help people catch on. I'm trying to help y'all catch on, but the end's already. He's done too much stuff.
Well, at this point, it's those people who don't read, and those people that believe everything he say are the ones that are propping him up. You know what I'm saying? It's those people, those females who was texting and calling his phone at all hours of the night.
Yep.
You know, that are completely enamored with this guy. Are the ones that are propping him up. And these people on social media who bring him, or these TV shows who bring him on their platform for views.
Whew.
For views, you know, in order to put money in their own pockets. Now you said he wouldn't go on the Joe Budden show because Dr. Hill,
Mark Lamont Hill. He thought that Mark Lamont Hill, because he had dated his ex, they were going to try to come out and catch him off guard about, you know, about her, and he declined. He didn't want to go on, and he declined. So, and people are like, well, he already did Joe Budden. No, he was supposed to go back to Joe Budden. He was supposed to go back on the Joe Budden, and that show never happened. People were anticipating it because of how well, I guess, he got on ish. But this time, and here's another thing, you'll never see that man in another space. He won't do a debate, and he won't go into a space where someone has intellect. And Mark Lamont Hill has intellect. Now, I know he's done his show, but the temperament was different then. Mm-hmm. So when he was supposed to do the Joe Budden show, he sent me a text. He said, I need advice. I said, okay, what is it? He said, and I've already posted these text messages and everything on my page. He said, he told me what happened with Mark Lamont Hill and his baby mother. And then he said, which is insane. And I got the memo, the voice memo, because I be thinking in 3D. I'm like, well, what would Mark Lamont Hill, he's married now, what would he have to gain from bringing that out? And then, but he's paranoid. He thinks that they're trying to catch him up. He says, well, I don't have any problem with intellectually wiping his or whooping his ass. And I was like, okay. He was like, but I just don't want to be caught off guard. And I'm not saying this verbatim. And I said, well, if you're worried about it, don't go on. But I don't see where they would have anything to gain from, you know, trying to jump you and you bring in numbers. I don't think Joe Budden's trying to, you know, jump you on his show, you know, but he don't want to be caught in a trick bag. He don't want to, and he picks, if you notice, he goes on these shows with these elderly because they won't challenge him. Like the word he did, them people are not going to challenge him. He won't go anywhere where he's challenged. He wants to go where he's just accepted, what he's able to perform. He loves AOD because AOD, he can get on there and just talk. That man's not asking him any questions or anything. And he's made up this whole.
Man, y'all in this chat, man, y'all diabolical, man. Y'all y'all is crazy. Hey, check out our website, fdahill.org, and look at the flyer for next year's the 208th birthday celebration of Frederick Douglass. Tickets go on sale soon. In Eastern Maryland, the oldest free Black community still in existence in the United States.
Sorry. I think it's because it's raining here. But yeah, and it's not only, it wasn't, I don't know where we're at because I dropped down. But yeah, it's not only this scenario. He has problems with gauging certain situations. He can't do it.
Now see, there was a picture posted
That's
of
why
him.
He's got these girls helping him come for me because he can't do it on his own.
Yeah, what's he? I mean, the women who are actually doing that are the fools. You know, like I mean, but anyway, he was
There's a
saying
way to
he
expose
was saying
without embarrassing. How are you for sure? And that's what I'm saying. My family knows what's going. My family knows me. They know me. They know what I'm doing, why I'm doing it.
but there was a picture of him sitting on the steps of the school with a book about what things to expect when going to jail.
Umar's done. That man is done. And y'all trying to keep him, okay, I get it. But it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
Because like okay, we talk about the bank accounts being frozen. Now, if you, I have several accounts, and if there's suspicious behavior on your account, you get a text message, you may get a phone call, you get an email or whatever, and then when you call them, they say, well, we have some suspicious whatever. And once you let them know, okay, well, that they run down the list, okay, well, that was me, that's not me, whatever. Then typically what happens is they will cancel your card, and you'll get a new card sent out. You'll get it within like 10 business days or something like that. Or but
He made a lot of mistakes with that video.
You can go to your
he
local
made
branch.
Mistakes with the stinky fish tank video.
But you can go to your bank and pull money out. You're just basically waiting on a card, and then for them to shut down both accounts at the same time. They don't sound like a fraudulent activity. That sounds like a seizure to me. All right, you done. You can't be harassing the guests. You done.
He's checking on.
You keep getting kicked out.
Yeah, and he's saying it's not. We have a server in here. It's running another pro, and he's saying it's strong. It's not the server.
Say, I donated to Umar several times. I asked him for an update a few years ago, and he blocked me. Yeah, he was doing that. Yeah, if you ask about the money, he will block you.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, didn't you say that you broke up a fight because a dude rolled up on him and wanted to know where was the money?
No, that was Anaya X, the girl that other girl that came out on Tasha K, and she was telling the truth. They didn't think that he was messing with her, but she was, he was interested in her. She didn't get to tell her whole story, so. Yeah, but yeah, a guy rolled up on them and was like pressing him about where the money was, and they almost had to fight. And this dude, one thing about it, I've never been around no men that I've actually gotten in trouble about it, where you as a woman, a small woman at that, but it doesn't even matter. A woman, you don't jump between two men about to rumble, He just got to take it on the chin, basically. But
hold up a second. I knew he was right when he said he was related to Frederick Douglass. We ain't never seen him fry fish at the Elks Parade. Who was this? This got to be somebody from Easton. Frying fish at the Elks Parade. That's Gene Wilson's job. So you said you knew he wasn't right when he said he was related to Frederick Douglass because you ain't never seen him frying fish down bottom. It's like the section of town we call down bottom. But yeah, no, man. You never see him at the Elks Parade. He gets busy with the Book of Sugar. Yeah, speaking of the Book of Sugar, tell us about when he the times that he was high. He came in got the plane, came in the house, it seemed like he was on something.
Yeah, he was like he be moving real fast, sweating, snorting, moving real fast, and disoriented. I can't even tell y'all how many times he's locked himself out of that building, lost keys. If it's not, it's the last time I know I said that he accused me of taking the rental car keys. I'm like, bro, why would I take the rental car keys? And I think it's a part of the paranoia. I think it's a lot of the things that are going on with him. And then he has mental health, and the mental health runs in that family. Bad.
Yeah, I mean, there's a whole TV show called Hoarders, and there's an actual mental diagnosis for that. And mental health issues can actually be genetic. You know what I'm saying? Like it can be passed down.
Yeah, they want to like excuse all this stuff. I mean, it's like if you line everything up, it didn't take. Okay, so this is my thing. So I'm in what 2.2, and yeah, I'm counting from the time that I met him for the event all the way till I stopped dealing with him. That was a relationship like over distance. I'm not saying a relationship, but like we were communicating over distance. These are people that were watching him for years and didn't catch on. But I guess as soon as I saw that house, I was like, yes, something ain't right. Something's not right. And now everything is starting to make sense. Everything. That's not a healthy mind living like that. I don't care. And then the need to snap. People say things, I can chuckle it off. But his mental health is not okay. He needs to come back. He has to come back. I've told him overlook it. And you can tell the tone by in his comment section. Like and the people are talking about, well, he's empowering and he's elevating. No, that's not what's happening. You're not learning anything and you're nasty to each other. That's not a healthy space. That's not a healthy Black space. And he doesn't care. As a psychologist, you don't care.
Yeah, well, we can't call him a psychologist because he's not certified. This comment on the screen. It said, did she learn all of this about Umar after he rejected her? Lennon Honor has been exposed to Umar since 17, and I have been criticizing Umar since 08. I think she's just a scorned woman.
Yeah, most people do. But I'm not, because I'm in a better space. I'm not scoring at all. At all. I'm a little nauseated and sickened at times to think back, but I'm not scoring at all. I left out of that space. He didn't reject me. And if he did, tell him put the text up. Tell him, hey, you can hit it. I don't need you. Kick rocks. Tell him to put that text up. Or to ask him how he said it. Umar was not, I was not trying to, I wasn't in, it's not the way y'all trying to paint it. And all of the receipts go that way. I have multiple texts where I've told this man to leave me alone. My fat Medea self, leave me alone.
Maybe he called you Medea. Maybe he would have been better to you if you had man.
It's not checking out.
But did you hear what I said? Lanae? Hello? Her Wi-Fi is acting up again. Maybe he would have been better to her if she was Manjal Tunde. Oh God. Oh Lord.
Let me borrow $20 to the mall.
I am without any digital currency.
They're gonna unfreeze it the 1st of February.
Oh my God. Well, let's go ahead and wrap this up. This has been fun.
It has you. I just love it. I love it. I think this is going to be This is going to be something that down the road. I know Lennon is working on that documentary. This is going to be so good. This is going to be so good.
Yeah, but see, I want to see where this with these funds where this goes, because it seemed like every single time
In
when
that
you
house.
think every single time when you think it's the end for Umar, this dude, he's like a turd. He floats back up to the top.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Just when you thought you flushed him, this turd rides up to the top again.
I think this time is different than any other time. I wish I could be more, but this time is different. You know, this time is different. He got loose lips. Umar is and no, he can't say nobody else did it to him. That's the crazy thing about it. Everybody was laughing at that video with the fishy tank. He literally he shot himself in the foot 3 times. I called out twice, but the third I'm gonna let his followers go in and look for. He's just not. He's not. He's not smart. He don't think, and then the people around him don't keep. Well, there is nobody, but his followers should be like, "Hey, man, you might not want to refrain from. We don't want to lose you, doc, or whatever. You know what I'm saying?" But
you
talk to your boy, because he's messing up big time, and he can't put it on me.
You see this comment on the screen?
Let's see. Umar says that Black women who have slept with non-Black men are disqualified. Oh God! And that's where don't let that be my way out.
I will do my part to save the Black women from this.
I could have not came out and just crawled up in bed like with a coworker or something. Been like, come on, you gotta take this picture with me. I'm trying to shake this guy.
He said he going to disqualify as many Black women.
User 225 is hilarious, and
Let me borrow $20 to the mall.
Oh my God. Oh.
That will never get old. That will be on my page.
Shout out to the Cookie Crush chat and Lennon Honor. Shout out to
Absolutely.
Shout out to King Kong Consciousness, KKC. Oh man, shout out to everybody, man. That's been, this is like not my second video in like the last couple of years where I haven't done an interview. And I think my last interview I might have did was Nate Parker, and that was a few years ago. Actually, I had it was me, Nate Parker. This was after that movie American Skin came out. We started discussing the movie, and I had a good friend of mine, Shelley Wood Lucas, Shelley Lucas Wood, who's the great granddaughter of Reverend Nat Turner, and he also played Nat Turner. Matter of fact, I called him Nat by mistake during the interview, and so I had them two on there together. I think it might have been my last live show. That's been a few years ago. But with this mess right here with Umar, so you can't call me no struggle streamer because I don't be streaming like that. You know what I'm saying? I look at everybody else's stuff. I very seldom. It's got to be something worth it to me to make me jump off the porch.
You're begging for money in a car, a rental car.
Yeah.
He could have literally. I don't get that.
We ain't even said nothing about the fact that he collecting donations from all of y'all for the last several years.
And then to have the audacity to call somebody.
He's been living in Section 8 housing.
Okay, yes, that was the big one for me. And That's why I was trying to get another house to protect, because I was like, man, you can't be in Section 8 or on public housing in here. You know what I mean? Like your mama living up, like we could do better than this. He didn't want to. Well, I mean, he wanted to, but he didn't want to do the things to get out of that space. You know, he's hell bent on struggle. I've never been comfortable like that. I'm
Yeah,
not materialistic by any means, but I just felt like that woman deserved more. But
and if you notice, I've not asked any questions about his mom because I don't. I mean, I don't even want to even get on that because the simple fact that Umar was out here doing this BS when his mother was in good health and living her best life.
yeah,
So she ain't got nothing nothing to do with this. But this dude is out here having surviving off rental cars and then Section 8 housing, and then then come back and tell y'all he ain't got no money. If he looked into his personal account and saw that it had been frozen, first he said that it had no record of him even having an account. Then he turned around and said that it was frozen due to suspicious activity, which is something that you can clear up with one phone call.
yes.
And he should have been able to go down to the bank that day and get whatever money he needed for whatever he had to do. So that like I said earlier, that don't sound like suspicious activity and your account's been frozen. That sounds like seizure.
I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna give you a little hint. If it was my job that had him, that's a process. He would have known about that, because that's a process. That's a very, very last resort. And even when they have to submit it in for it to be approved, like a levy, a lien, or garnishment. That's a process. The only time um I have ever seen anything get shut down like that, it has been two things. It's either a violation against the Patriot Act, which is easy to do if you're dealing with, large amounts of money, and so that could be, or it's criminal. It's criminal.
And
Like,
that would explain why he was reading that book about going to jail.
yeah.
Because the dude is such a nerd that he would actually research how soon they would try to get up in his behind.
Yeah, but you got to remember, he's not a thinker. He's not a thinker. He's not somebody that thinks in 3D. Because I would have told, even if he was, when he came out and he did that video, the Stanky Aquarium one, he would have been able to say, okay, I know how the process works. I'm not going to say this. I'm not going to say this. And I damn sure ain't going to say this. But he's done it before. He's had issues with his passport. And he tried to rally his supporters, whoever could look into, my passport and see what's wrong. You can't, even with the clearance, unless you are high up, you cannot just go in people's shit, like stuff, and just start looking around.
Mm-mm.
And then people keep talking about, well, aren't you worried about your job? Aren't you? When he did that, you literally would have to call somebody to go and say, hey, let me call Tigda. Look, this man is out here proclaiming that I touched and hacked his account. I get locked out of my damn Netflix, but I hacked his account and I done went in there and started messing around with his stuff. I'm just letting y'all know, because I don't want anything to blow back on me and mess up my clearance. They're going to go in there, and I said this before, they're going to go through, they're going to make sure that I haven't, because of the type of stuff that I do. And so once they clear me, or in the process of clearing me, because I'm telling you, we got people that are very good at what they do. They're going to go through it with a fine-tooth comb. And if anything, is messed up, they're gonna shut you down. They're gonna shut you down because that's how they do. We have had people that have went into accounts of people, and there was no way that the job could have even possibly knew that they knew that person. And they have sacrificed their job and got themselves put in to the federal penitentiary behind just curiosity. You remember when Trump, his taxes, everybody wanted to see them. You know, we work under, like I was saying, in our marriage system. You don't have those type of curiosities. I don't date men and be like, let me see what he's bringing in, and just go into his account. We don't do things like that. When I was even a clerk, we don't do stuff like that. So why the hell am I going to go into your account? He doesn't think. He doesn't think. And he just says things. And then he's telling people to call these phones. I told him one of the phones is one's a government phone, one's, he don't care. He done sent these people off to call these damn phones. They're like, he done leaked your phone. I don't give a shit. I don't care. I mean, stuff, I don't care.
Hey, didn't the girl get arrested for doing something for him years ago?
They're not smart. Even telling somebody to pull up on me is not smart. And I'm not trying to be like a Billy Badass, but he wouldn't do it because he knows what I am. They're like, oh, she's a. It's just. He's sending people, and then you're sending people to me that have children. And I love women. I love all my people, but I'm not trying to hurt anybody. But you're not going to step foot on this property. I'm gonna see you before you see me.
Self-defense is self-defense. I mean,
how you've been trained. Yeah,
I'm a CCW holder. I don't, and I believe every woman should be proficient with a firearm.
Terrence, I got a whole artillery in here. I'm an Army brat. That's all. My father was diligent, and we're in prepper country. So I mean, I'm good. I'm okay.
I come from a whole family of combat veterans, including myself. My dad was a combat veteran. My uncle was a combat veteran. Took a bullet in the knee in Korea. I got another cousin that's got 2 Purple Hearts. I got a younger cousin that got hit by an RPG in Iraq. He's got a Purple Heart. My uncle's got a Purple Heart. I got another uncle who was at Pearl Harbor during the bombing. My family started the 54th Massachusetts. The military is in my blood.
Yeah. See, and that's how it is over this way. So, we do things. We're methodical in our approach. We have certain things about us that just don't sway. And he was just thinking how you possibly are walking into the situation with him. He's chaos. He's an agent of chaos. I wouldn't stand in that space long. I don't give a damn what nobody think about it. I can't function like that. I was raised under structure. I thrive in it. This is kind of why I do the job that I do. Why I deal, I build what I build, and I do projects like I can't do chaos. And that's what he is. And he hid it from me. He hid it from me because he knew.
Some people. There was one dude that was on TV one time, and he said, I'll pay anybody's bills for the rest of their life if they can tell me somewhere a place where a person in the Bible was actually buried. I say that dude need to make that same offer to anybody who can produce a child that Umar helped. And show the case file on. Don't just say, "Oh, Umar helped my child." No,
no such animal exists. No such animal exists.
Show the case file and treatment plan. Don't just come out and say it. Show the case file and treatment plan over a period, a sustained period of time.
Yeah.
Not he saw your child one time, and then rubbed you on your leg and asked you back to the hotel room.
Let me borrow $20.
Oh, here we go.
Let me borrow $20 to the mall.
That's your wall up.
Yeah, I didn't go. If I was bringing Claude Anderson into Kansas City, I would not go into his, and he might have had something that, came out about him and his wife, but I wouldn't go into his personal. I'm bringing him in for what what he does, for the skill set he's in. So there are still things I'm finding out. And I'm a busy person. I don't just have time to just sit. I make time for this, but I don't sit and just Google Umar. Like when we were talking in passing. Like it wasn't like I was just sitting up like wondering what this man is doing. That's why he was perfect. He was out of town and he wasn't up under me. So I don't know. I think that they need to start asking him some of these things. See what his because he's somebody I know when he's lying. And hopefully,
That's when he's talking.
yeah, anytime he blinks. But yeah, he's not a great liar.
That's funny. He blinked and say, "Stop lying." Why you saying no? You blink. Stop lying.
I think as soon as people stop thinking this is about clout, bitter, scorn, or what's the other thing? Clout, bitter, scorn, or what was the other thing that they keep saying? Something else. Or just get that as soon as you start looking at that he's gonna bounce back up from the. As soon as you get those things out of your mind and just watch, just be quiet and watch. Be observant. So many people that are loud and they do the rah rah and then they miss so much. Just sit and watch it. Watch and see what comes about. It might be why you're missing things, because a lot of stuff is being missed.
Black and said, sound like he could owe money to the plug. A lot of people said on that video where he was asking for the money, he looked like somebody flew their head a little bit.
Huh?
I said that video where he's asking, where he said, "I'm without digital currency for the first time in my life." People said in that video it looked like that he got his, somebody went upside his head.
Yeah, his eye looked puffy. I noticed that too. He didn't look like himself at all. I want to know it's something to be said if you're, the person that had you calls you the devil.
Look at the screen. Look at the screen.
Thank you for the finger next time. Oh my
Oh
that was a really strange point for me.
That
was a really strange point for me.
I'll never get over
but
it.
And I'm not a person that divulges a lot in real life. And so people were like, what's going on? Because you are just telling all. I usually protect privacy. I'm a very private person.
I had a person,
but I had to lay his stuff out.
I had a person from West Africa tell me, said that he was calling himself Ogun, and it was like, that's
man in honor is not going to sacrifice his wife and kids over this. Some people are just not bright.
What did I say? I have reason to try to get Umar's accounts. Come on now, man. You know what? One more time. Yes, they were saying the fact that he was calling himself Ogun was saying that was like blasphemous or something like that. Is that was disrespectful or whatever? But man, you still there, or you haven't? I think she's busy. Man, y'all are here chatting up something, man. I can't even keep up. I'm way behind. this has been hilarious though. Hey, so
I knew it was gonna be good when you said you were watching Dragon Ball Z. I was like, yes, this is the guy. This is definitely the guy.
look. I was sitting up about 3 o'clock in the morning watching Dragon Ball Dame, getting caught up on my Dragon Ball because I work long hours all week long.
Yeah.
I
I'm very happy that I came on. I'm very happy I came on.
Hey, look, everybody, go to the website. Put save the date for February 15th. I'm sorry, February 14th, Frederick Douglass' birthday and Valentine's Day. We're having Uncle Frederick's 208th birthday celebration gala and Valentine's Day event, along with the launch of the Frederick Douglass Society of African American Affairs, History, and Culture, headquartered in Talbot County, Maryland, the birthplace of Frederick Douglass. And hopefully we can get this culture center built in the Hill community, which is the oldest free Black community still in existence in the United States. We go to closing on April 15th. Hopefully, we got to raise another. We got a grant for $150,000 from the Westmore administration to purchase a house to convert into a museum, which would be the Anna Murray Douglass Visitor Site. Be the only Black museum in all of Caroline County. It sits right on the Underground Railroad, just yards away from the Choptank River. Hopefully we can get y'all to, y'all bring the kids out, bus trips or whatever. If you go on your way to Ocean City, stop by and see all the pretty stuff. And we just hit the website. If you want to donate, you can do that, and you'll get a tax letter. You can do that from the website. No, we don't do PayPal. We don't do Cash App. We don't do none of that. Everything's through the website or through the mail. Mail address is P.O. Box 266, Newcomb, Maryland 21653. Lanae, so what was going through your mind when you are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, well, Umar is going around, and this is like some little boy stuff. This is some kid stuff.
Yeah.
Talked about what y'all did behind closed doors for grown up time. I'm gonna say behind closed doors or whatever. And you made a comment on letting Honor
and touch his pee-pee. She showed me her boobies. He's a kid.
You're a child. And you're like, she touched me.
She went in my no-no square.
Oh my God.
It's very water boy of him. Very water boy.
And she showed me her boobies, and I like them too. Oh my God. You can't make this stuff up.
You gotta watch the video though, man. We be watching and this is just all but we would be watching that video when he was telling people about, and he looked at the camera like, and then he looked off real quick like, yep, I had that. And I'm just like, bruh, he's a very, very big on sex. Very big on sex.
No, but he was celibate, remember? Oh man. Hey, y'all hit Lanae's Cash App, man, so she can get a hot spot or something. Y'all hit Lanae's Cash App so we can get her off that RPG Wi-Fi. we gotta get her off of Umar's Wi-Fi.
Let me borrow $20 to the mall.
Oh God.
Oh my God. Oh,
that's
Lord,
insane. That's insane, man. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe that. But I wasn't shocked though. I posted the thing when he was like, I don't have any more money. And I was like, what?
Hey,
Just
Lanae, what's your cash app?
oh, mine is $ iconic moguls. It's IKONICMOGULZ.
Wait.
Oh,
Hey, I can't type worth for damn. You got to slow
no,
down.
no.
IK what?
IKONICMOGULZ. Wait till y'all see what I'm gonna do with it.
There you go. It's up.
Yes, it will be put
Y'all hit her cash app so we can get that Wi-Fi fixed.
It ain't my Wi-Fi. No, I got a server in here, and let me tell you something. That's a bad situation. I don't know exactly what it is, and the person dropped off food and took off. Everybody's running around right now, but I apologize. I've had this problem before, but I knew what the problem was. I do not know what this problem is at all, other than I don't know. It's raining. That might be it, but I don't know why. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Well, you said that there was a allegedly a transgender individual.
Yep. I'm gonna reach out tomorrow, and I'm gonna take a chance. I might get cussed out. I might be, but this was information given to me, and I don't want to start. I don't want to start like that conversation because people they're damn sure not gonna believe that. But this was given to me by someone who had been dealing with him for a very, very, very long time in a romantic, like type of situation. And it's a lot of these stories I would love to tell y'all, but it would give away the person's identity. But this, I'm going to find out. I don't know if the person had the equipment or if they were, what's that called, post-op? And another, it's not even to shame. It's just to, it's so much I want to tell y'all. It's not to shame.
It's not the
I don't have
shame.
any.
It's to expose the fact that you say one thing, you're leading people one way.
Yeah.
This dude is the Pied Piper. If you know the story of the Pied Piper, you know what I'm saying. This dude he's the Pied Piper, and the fact that you got people, and the fact that you got people who actually see this stuff unraveling. You've seen that dude high. You seen that dude lose weight, and everything was out there chasing crack rock on what we thought was crack rock on the ground in front of the school.
Crazy.
And then you come back and you defend him. Well, you try to do all that by yourself. That's why you have a board.
Off the street.
That's why you have a board. You don't do this stuff by yourself.
No.
That's why you have a board. You should. Yep. Why? Like the fact that you're in Walmart trying to buy supplies for a school lets you know that everybody know you don't know what the hell you're doing. You buying house brooms to sweep in the school. When I was in school, they had that in the gymnasium. They had those big, those long dust mop brooms. And they went up and down the whole way. And they had, you don't get, man. Come on, man.
And then I attribute a lot of this to, a lot of the followers being like what we were talking about. It's kind of like a limited demographic. Like they've never been around people that have built things or, accomplished certain things. And they don't know even the equipment that'll be used to clean the schools, the buffers for the floors. All of that stuff costs big bank. It takes a lot of money in order. And here's the thing. He may have had it. But what he did, and once again, he's got loose lips. Anything Umar knows goes up on their Instagram. And it's not even about if some of these celebrities can find money to do like certain things, they can find money to You know, your wealth manager is not just somebody that's just your somebody that tells you what you can and can't get money for, but they're going to be told that this is a bad investment by the way that he set this up. And not only that, he looks irresponsible by the things that he concerns himself with. Nobody's going to go in near that has a certain amount of or a level of prestige. It ain't even prestigious, just being in the elite, in the top 1%. And that is what you got to secure in order to keep that school open. Or you're going to have to back out of it. You started using, white businesses to fix on the school. You're going to have to start tapping into grants. But then you need to have people in place for that. Grant writers are they're magicians. They make some magical things. You've worked with them. Them people
I
have
got
the
an awesome
word
grant
when
writer.
they talking about the grant ceiling and the floor and what all needs to be done to even obtain that money is a feat. So it's just so much that goes into this, and I don't think people realize, even if the doors open, if he gets the doors open, they won't stay open because the things that he needs in order to be in place are not there. It's
So somebody said Umar was offered $1 million and he turned it down. Probably way more than that. If Umar was offered
I doubt it.
if Umar was offered $1 million and turned it down, it was probably because they asked for transparency, or they asked they asked for board representation.
Yep.
And he wouldn't give it to him.
Yep.
So it's not even for $1 million. It's transparency, which means if they had to be transparent, then he'd have to be accountable for every single dime of that $1 million. Or the people might have said, we have to have representation on your board. There is no board.
Yeah. And and here's the other thing too, and I'm gonna be honest, this is what people are talking about the internet. Even before I could secure one of the investors I had to get, there were certain things that I had to do. They made me get mentorship over a certain area because I don't have a skill set in it. They would not give me money until they were for sure, so once you start dabbing in that, you have certain people that want to secure that you're going to be able to do what they're giving you money, and then I have check-in dates. He could have done this a lot of different ways, but he never wanted to have those productive conversations, even when we were in that space. He wasn't somebody that you could talk to about that school. So you could start looking into private investor, and start seeing what your options were. And I think it's really odd too that a lot of these women that he surrounds himself with are, well, I won't say that. He just doesn't have the access to people he needs.
I'll say it. They're digmatized.
Yeah. And they need me to be like that. But I had more of an interest in him, like on a Manny. Once I saw the house, I was like, I would like to be like the female Manny. We could even take, and I took the intercourse off the table. But he can't see women in that way. He has to have them a certain way. There's so many options that man had if he just approached it the right way, and he would have watched what come out of his mouth, but he can't do it.
Hey, didn't you say in all that clutter and crap in that house that there were 6-month-old checks and money orders?
Yeah, he's fiscally irresponsible all the way around. Even, oh my God, Terrence, the stuff, if you've seen the stuff in that house, that like him buying, the way he uses money when he shops, and it's because he hasn't worked for that money. He has no interest in checking, seeing if he can find some, a better deal. He's not that guy that's going to do that. He's not going to do it.
Now, see,
He blew through that money. I think he had. I think personally think that man has collected more than, but I can't prove it. But I think he's collected well over what Lennon said, well over. But
yeah,
Lennon is being, fair. I think he has collected because I'm looking at from that event, people were passing him money. You know,
somebody in the chat said that does Umar take baths?
he takes showers.
In
He
that
takes showers.
in that same tub that you needed Crocs to get into.
I know it.
Hey,
But you
one
know
more,
what? What you said, it made me think about how nasty his feet are.
Hey, look, one more time for the one time.
Let me borrow $20 to the mall.
Hey, now, I'm military, right? So I'm used to wearing, outside of any shower that's not mine, to wear shower shoes, which are like them cheap little flip flops or whatever. But if that thing's so bad, you got to wear Crocs, man. Give me the garden hose. I'm going outside. That's crazy. Oh Lord have mercy. You know what? Now I see how Lennon can go for 5 hours because they don't feel because this 3 hours and 10 minutes has gone by quick. We got 192 people in the building. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe, whatnot. Check out the previous videos or whatever. Since you're here. Didn't you say he had hammer time in his shoes?
Yeah, he has some messed up feet. And it's a lot of stuff too that made me just look at him like there's some things that he just missed as like I don't think that he was raised with those principles, the morals, or anything. What'd you say, Ted?
You don't think he was raised with what? Them feet?
Yeah, like bathing and taking care of himself and all that other stuff. Let me tell y'all don't understand how I am about cleanliness. I'm not like that OCD, but I'm just like when I seen the house, I was like, bro, I had you in my mouth. It was just bad.
Look, I said this last night. Check this out. I said this last night. When a man has a good woman, you know it. You ain't got to see her. You can see her on him.
Yeah, I told Lennon. Yep, I told Lennon that on his show. That's for sure.
You can see it on him. Like if you've seen pictures of me when I first got home from Afghanistan, and I was going through it, man. I'm PTSD, raging, whatever, in and out of the VA, whatever. And once my wife got her hands on me, you know what she did to me?
What? Got you right.
You know that trend that was on TikTok. They're playing that song $1 Million Baby, and it was showing the woman effect, like the black girl effect on white dudes.
Yep.
She did that to me.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, you hussy.
See, but that's how I was raised out, and that's where most people were trying to always get me to get married because I was raised to be a wife. I know how to cook. I know how to run a home. I know how to clean. I know how to hold it down. That's what I was raised to be. That's why everybody in our family is married. They're married at a young age, pretty much. But
I've been married my whole adult life, except for maybe less than 5 years combined.
That's what a woman does.
This is my second marriage.
That's what a woman does. And I think that he could have benefited from that earlier in life. It wouldn't have been me. I'm too ambitious. I don't want that, for me right now. I'm too ambitious. I don't want to be in a situation where I'm going to feel obligated. Like when I was in that space, people are like, why'd you do all of that? Because I'm just that type of person. It wasn't that I just feel like I'm obligated, or even if I'm at your house and you start cleaning up, I'm going to get up and start helping you clean up. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I was raised. But yeah, it's just who I am. And those qualities also, when men have had women with, all the other attributes, when all of that stuff runs dry, when they want something wholesome, that it shows up and it shows out. But you have to seek stuff like that. But
I
no,
just
I didn't want to love on him. You can't love. That's why I'm like
you gotta
telling
be
y'all what it is.
you gotta
Y'all
be
take it
available to be
somewhere
loved
else.
on. You gotta be available for that. There ain't a woman. You know what I mean? Like any woman will come in your life and force herself on you. You got to be available.
No. And you have to be open for. I mean, a woman gotta want to be with you. She gotta care about you so much that when you get off of work at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, you come in, she gonna get up out of her sleep and look
This
out
stuff
for
right
you.
here.
You're not gonna get anybody like that, and you've been abusive. Like people aren't gonna have that kind of feeling for you if you've been abusive to them in that space. I
Hey,
didn't
look,
have those feelings towards him.
look, this person right here that
Oh
came
yeah,
in.
she a real pygmisha.
Yeah, I've seen her on YouTube and whatnot, with her pom poms
Pine
or
Bluff.
what have you. Like when
Act.
I said earlier that you every time you think that said that they finally caught him and the stuff is obvious, whatever. These are the individuals right here.
Yep, she's
These are the
keep them
individuals
in
right here.
play.
You know what I'm saying? That this is why shit floats.
Yep.
You
Yep.
know, and that being said, goodbye. Hell out of here. I got time for that. You come
And if
support
she
liars.
spent
You
that
got to go.
energy on somebody like a real good man, then she would have somebody. But you know what? I do believe that Umar is for a particular type of woman, and she might be that type of woman. But I knew I did too much good in my life for that to be for me. That was not for me. That was not for me. That's not for me. I couldn't take that to my daddy. My daddy would have been like, "You playing?" No.
It's like I got two daughters, 26 and 20, 26, and my youngest be 20. My youngest be 25 tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh.
they know if they came to me and said, "Hey, Dad, I'm engaged. I'm getting married." I'd be like, "Okay, congratulations, baby. When you get married?" "Oh, well, he said he got to get some things situated first." Nope. Only thing you get married, especially if you already live together, only thing that's changing is your address. I mean, not your address, your last name. Nothing else is changing. Everything you're doing now, you'll still do. If he hunt about, he got the he can't marry you until because he ain't
I
got
think
enough
this
money.
is his. Wait, let me see
When
if I can.
it only costs $50 to get married at the courthouse, and you're gonna throw this big wedding for a lot of people that's gonna show up and basically freeload anyway, and the majority of them you ain't gonna see again or you ain't gonna see for years. Like, no. I would tell my daughter like real quick, like if he want to marry you, he will marry you ASAP. It don't take no mess about, oh, I got to go get this amount of money, I got to get that amount of money. I don't have the job I want right now. No, he's proposing you to shut you up. That's it. He's proposing you to shut you up.
I think that's my Wi-Fi. I think that's yours, Terrence.
No, it ain't mine. Hey, see that? Look, my stuff is steady. See that?
Your Wi-Fi said let me buzz.
No, hey, look, that's why I got your Cash App up there. Wait, was it? There was no. Let me put it back up. Let me put your Cash App back. We need you need some Wi-Fi.
It feels
The government is not doing business.
It feels better to blame you though. But yeah, I'm sorry. You were saying your daughters. Yeah, I'm marriage just as I love marriage. I love it for other people. I think it's a beautiful thing. I think that some women are just meant to be ambitious. Very few. It's a very few of us that are like that, but I'm not really interested, in trying to be obligated to fix meals, to washing clothes, like to take care of a man. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I want to like.
You see the comment on the screen?
Oh, my life's the strong jaws of a man. I know you've seen that.
Oh God!
Did
Hey,
you
look.
see what he said to me?
Hey, but look, here we go.
Let me borrow $20 to the mall.
and a jawbone. Oh my god! Oh, my God. I'm gonna sleep good tonight. Oh
That is
Lord!
crazy.
And
That's crazy.
you know what? I want to interview Leonard Honor. I want to get Leonard Honor on my podcast, and I want to interview him because everybody talks
You
smack
should.
about him, and he always does the interviews, never gives one. At least I ain't never seen one. I
Yeah.
want to interview Leonard Honor.
I think you should. I think you should. I think he would be. I would interview Lennon. We need more Lennons in this world.
Leonard should bring you on as his co-host. That
I
show
would do
was
it.
funny. That was funny.
I would do it. I would do it. I love over here. I love Lennon's. I like a lot of places. And to be honest, Tasha K, people give her a bad rap, but they were very nice and welcoming. Everybody was, Monroe. Everybody's been very nice and welcoming. And, you know, people have a business to run. They trying to make money. But I just wanted to get around and ring some of these bells. I don't want any young woman to say she didn't know. Because for me, I'm an older chick, I just bounced the set. I didn't need to stay in that space. But for a younger girl, it's dangerous.
Let me hold a jawbone till tomorrow.
Man, let me start getting some inboxes like that.
Golden jaw.
Goat jaw.
Oh god.
I can't believe that man said that.
Oh, you know what? No, never mind. That's crazy work.
Yeah, it is. It is. I know that. I know he was hurt. I know he was.
Hey, y'all getting Lennon on comment section. Tell him I said I want to interview him and put hashtag let me hold $20 till tomorrow.
I love information, man. I like him too. I really like him. I think he's got a good thing going over there. See, some of these people I like his show too. Yeah.
You hear me? Go in Lennon Honor's comment section and do an interview with Terrence Bailey. Hashtag let me hold $20. Put everything hashtag let me hold $20 till tomorrow.
Let me borrow $20 to the mall.
Oh man. You know what? Let's go and get out of here.
Okay.
Oh Lord. Hyena jaw.
Terrence, you a mess. Huh?
This is Mojo Blue Magic put a hyena jaw.
What the hell?
They say hyena jaws can break bones.
What?
You know they're scavengers, just like Umar, scavenger.
Mm-hmm.
You know, somebody said TD Jake said,
"Ever been
swallowed to be a freak too." But hey, you know what though? Speaking of preachers, now you can call Umar like a snake oil pastor.
Absolutely.
You remember Bishop Eddie Long?
Yes. Yes.
He got there preaching all that stuff about against gays and all that kind of stuff or whatever. Whole time he flying them young boys out to the islands and doing all manner of punk stuff. And then you got Umar who's saying all that stuff, and here you was playing with his bussy.
I've never had a man introduce that to me, like to grab my hand, and I didn't know it was that. I thought it was the couple. You know, some people like to be held, you know, and it was the pushback. I was like, oh yeah, this is not. I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is. And then it came off because he puts on this front, or he had put on this front, like he was so, masculine. Or, I didn't expect that from him. But I didn't expect a lot of things from him. I didn't expect the dancing around the suitcases and,
But what? Hold on. Don't just jump over there and keep going. What?
yeah, I got a picture of him dancing in the suitcase. And every time I go on Lennon, he plays that thing where that guy's dancing, and it triggers that back. Like, I have a picture of him naked, and he's dancing around the suitcase, and I just thought it was fun. It wasn't any malicious intent by taking the picture. I just thought it was funny. He was like, "You can't take pictures. I'm a revolutionary," but he never told me to delete it or anything. He never. He never was like, "Hey, delete this." Like, he didn't say that. Most people would have been like, "Delete that."
You can't be saying I'm a revolutionary.
I was like,
That's like something over South Park.
we was having fun. He just got serious. I was like, "Jeez, man." We was having fun, and I thought it was a funny picture to take.
Oh Lord!
I know you don't want that one, and I hope it doesn't leak, because I had it on. I had my teacup. I went on teacup because I was making an account, and I like a lot of my pictures might leak. I hope not. Not even any bad ones. Just a lot of pictures. Hopefully it doesn't leak, but I do the best I can.
Hey, well, look. I don't want nobody caught herself trying to tell my son what's right and what's wrong, and he gets scorned by a female and get on social media and want to talk about her hygiene like we in middle school.
Yeah.
Or and all that stuff, and then now see, you would think that somebody in this position, that like when you came out against him, like, if that the best thing he could have said was nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because like he said, I'm a revolutionary. Well, you don't. I mean, even if it's whether it's true or not or whatever. If your image is so much, it's so.
He has to respond. That's
Yeah.
part of the mental health.
That's female behavior.
Yeah, he has to respond though.
Every time you say something to a man, to a grown man, everything is not to be responded to. If
Did you see where
you're a grown man, it's
that
got to have the
older?
last word, or if you're a grown man, it's got to have the last word all the time.
Yep,
that's feminine behavior.
That's him.
That's feminine behavior. Don't no grown man got to have the last word.
Did you see where
the one thing I'm not going to do is I'm not going to defend myself against something I didn't do.
Yeah.
If you want to talk about it, if you want to go on the way, if you want to go blah 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 blah, have at it. You waste your energy, but I'm not going there with you.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna sit there and be arguing back and forth with no. I don't do that with my wife.
Yeah, that's most men don't do that, or they're not interested in arguing with women. He had that where he was on stage and he went off on that elder woman. He could have stalled her out, and that's when I noticed. I said, "Oh yeah, you can't." He can't not respond. He plays these higher than, or he's in a peaceful state or whatever, but he has to respond, because especially if it's public, he's better at it if it's private. And then another thing that I've also noticed about him is when he gets nasty to you, when you get nasty back, like he told me to get off the phone when I came in the house. I said, "Don't talk to me like that." I was just like did it, and he didn't say nothing back, but he's went in on me any other time, so he's somebody that if he thinks he can bully you, he will continue to bully you.
Yeah, see, it's just stuff like that. Stuff like that with anybody. When they when they start in on you or whatever, or start saying stupid stuff, you gotta nip it in the bud. You gotta nip that in the bud and be like, hey, no, we're not doing that. You watch your mouth. But we're gonna go ahead. You still there? Hey, you still there? I bet you're having some problems. Fish Face Tune Day. Hey, you're hilarious, boy. Hey, Lanae, you ready to go? I think.
For another interview. I've been
Oh,
over
you were.
here kicking
Oh,
it.
you were. I didn't hear nothing you said because you wouldn't know you fell off again.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm late for another interview because I've been over here kicking it and lost track of the time.
Yeah, I'm smelling dinner out in the kitchen, and so I'm thinking it's getting close to being done. Plus, I gotta get up early, go to work in the morning, so I gotta I'm trying to go to the gym and run a little bit before I call it a night. But
I'm going on KKC again, and we're gonna have a talk. I forgot all about that. I didn't, but I did because I didn't know it was this time. I didn't know what time. The time is like the time zones are throwing me off. But I would absolutely come back anytime. Anytime.
when you come back, bring $20.
Get that upgrade on the Wi-Fi.
Yeah. All right, look, hey, everybody go over to KKC, follow Lanae over there, and keep the party going, and stay on this daggone dude, man. We need better people.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, hey, let me hold $20 till I get on my feet. All right, now everybody be safe, man. It's back to for those of you who have a JOB. Tomorrow's Monday.
Yes.
All right, so I'm gonna holler at y'all. Thanks for coming on, Lanae. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Anytime. I'll text you
fun.
later on.
Okay. Hey, we peaked at 200 people.
That's good. That's good. If it was 0 people in there, I had an amazing time. I can't wait to watch the older videos you've done. I haven't had a chance to sit down and watch them. There's so many people I want to watch. I want to watch that you've had on. You got a good thing over here.
Yeah, I mean, with everything, it's consistency. Like, see, like me, I can't do a show and it just be me on here talking. I got to bring on a guest. I got to give and take. I can't I got to have a conversation. I can't just sit on here and just be, I don't have the gift of gab like that. I can sit in front of a screen and talk to myself.
Yeah, same way here. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But when everybody tell me they want me to do more lives, but I gotta have something to talk about. I'm not gonna sit around and talk about Umar's fat, funky ass all the time.
No, we could definitely do so. Yeah, I'd love to come on and talk about anything else. I'm really interested in just different things. So yeah, anytime, just let me know.
Okay, I appreciate it. I think everybody who came through showed support. Hit that like button. Go back and check all the check out the videos we've done in the past or whatever. With Miss Jane Elliott, Flip, Dr. Flip Clay, Nate Parker, Boyd Rutherford, the former Lieutenant Governor of Maryland, the first re-elected Black Lieutenant Governor of Maryland, and a few other people. So we're gonna get up out of here now. Peace. But before we go,
Let me borrow $20 to the mall.
all right, man.
All right.
I'll see y'all.